Whee.
Ah.
Hey. Nice, cool drink for a nice hot summer's day. Welcome everyone to the Teabagged Podcast. Definitely not watering your cup. Welcome everyone to the Teabagged Podcast. I'm hosting today. I'm Ben, and I'm joined by Nicole, Sam, and Ashton. And today we are going to be discussing the slow crash and burn of Xbox. So,
and as the one Xbox person, it really hurts.
I bet it does. We've got a lot to talk about, but before we do, Nicole, what have you been playing this week?
So I played some Arc Raiders. I had a big fight with my friend, and I played some 007 First Light. I finally got round to it, and I will say it is fantastic. It's like playing a roller coaster. You know, it's so just constantly like action packed. It's constantly hitting you with things. And there was a really cool sequence where it was going through time of like training, and so I got to live the movie montage in video game. So I was like doing a few punches, and then suddenly I was in a car, and then suddenly I was doing an assault course, and it just finally got to the emotional beat where like I'm really like becoming James Bond. Really good. Honestly, I'm having a blast.
Lovely. Yeah, it seems like it's a lot of fun. I've been trying to avoid spoilers for it, but I've seen a lot from the training missions, particularly how it lets you kind of go out of bounds and cheat it a little bit in true James Bond style. So I'm very glad you're enjoying that. I was very close to purchasing that myself.
Add it to the list.
I certainly will. All right, Ashton, you're next clockwise in my list. What have you been playing?
I've been playing Dragon Age: The Veilguard. I'm getting very close. Getting very close to the end of that game. I'm like 40 something hours into it. I finally finished all the companion quests last night. So now I'm just gonna like blitz through the main story. I'm not gonna do all the side stuff. Honestly, I don't see the fucking problem.
It's not that bad.
Yeah,
it's not that bad. I don't see the problem.
I enjoyed it as well.
To be clear, as a person who has a long history of Dragon Age, Origins is the best. It's my favorite. 2 is good, but it's rough. It's rough around the edges. Inquisition, I fucking hate Inquisition with all my heart. It's so bad.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Veilguard, I went into it. So much was surrounding that game about like you had one side who were like, oh, this game's not like, it's not Dragon Age, it ruins the franchise. You had another side being like, oh, it's all the writing is cringe, all the dialogue is terrible. Oh, and then you had the other side that are just like, I hate trans people and this game's bad because there's a non-binary person in it. And I'm like, okay, I don't know what to believe about this game. I've got to play it for myself. And I finally did. And guys, I got to tell you, it's fine. Like, Is it the best Dragon Age game? No. Is it the worst Dragon Age game? No. Some of the writing can be a little awkward. It kind of feels like a game that was written by very young first-time writers. It kind of feels like sometimes. But like the cringe moments that I see online and the awkward moments, they're not that bad. Like they happen in the game, but most of the dialogue's not that bad. Like a lot of that stuff you see online is cherry-picked throughout this 45-hour experience and then made out to be the whole game, and it's just not. And I don't know what the scene is that people had beef with about the non-binary character Tash, but I played through their entire quest line. I played with them in my party all the time, and if you know who that character is and actually played the game, it's part of their story. Like that's
it does make sense.
Who they are and what's going on with their identity.
Yeah, absolutely.
The writing is clunky. It's clunky. And so that's it.
I'm like, this is fine. It's not my favorite Dragon Age. I think it's not so bad that I feel like it was justified in killing the franchise. I would love to see another game that like built off of this. Unfortunately, what happened. How it got received is what it is, and we're probably not going to see another Dragon Age game. I like it.
Yeah, I will add a follow-up, which is the reason I think a lot of people have issues with it is because it very quickly, last minute, changed a lot of things, and it was supposed to be called like Dragon Age Dreadwolf, and they changed it to the Veilguard, and then like Veilguard is never actually properly even mentioned within the plot. Like they're supposed to be it, but they never once called themselves it, and so people are like,
the Dreadwolf is such a better name, by the way. Like
it is. I don't know why they changed it.
It's just
So it feels like a lot of things were last minute changed before release, and then that's why there's some clunk in it, I think, as well. So,
but it's like not bad. I would give it like a 7. Like
Yeah.
it's a good game.
Yeah,
I'd
that's
give it a
about
seven.
where I would sit with it as well.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it was just people hating because people love to hate on stuff like this. You know, there's a little bit of bad writing around some of the quote unquote problematic woke characters, and people latched onto that and just ran with it, which is just modern everything at the moment, isn't it? Between
Yeah.
games and films and TV shows, can't
I was gonna
set a
say,
single foot right.
what I feel like a big problem of it is that, like people already like to dog on Bioware because of the state they're in right now, and so that plus the whole woke, anti-woke thing that gets people riled up, plus the game not being a 10 out of 10, creates this perfect storm where it's just like, let's dogpile on this game that in reality is actually fine.
I mean,
And
Mass Effect
I think
Andromeda
soon-
didn't do so well, and then you got Anthem that failed, and then this. They really
Exactly.
needed a win. So.
And I think soon we're going to be talking about some stuff where we might have some similar things going on with Xbox, but we'll see in the future. We'll see.
We'll see, certainly see how that goes. And what about you, Sam? What have you been playing this week?
Well, first of all, I just want to say I've never played the Veil Guard, never played a single Dragon Age game, so I don't know what you guys are talking about.
But what's your wife's opinion on it?
She doesn't like it.
Okay.
It's
Good to know.
From what I've been told, it is the lesser of the four. That's all. That's all I know. That's all I know.
Okay.
I think that's a
I
fair
plan on
assessment.
playing them at some point, but I just backlogs. What have I been playing? Honestly, quite a lot of stuff. I've recently set up this bad boy again, so I've managed to get it set up right here, and I've been playing a little known game called Black Ops 2.
Never
I've been
heard
going
of
through
it.
the campaign. Yes, very obscure. Didn't really sell.
Claire
that many.
Obscure?
Yes. So yeah, I've been planning on making a video with it. I won't really go into general thoughts and everything, but I'm doing like a whole big analysis of the campaign, which I believe is the best Call of Duty campaign. Honestly, I don't know why. I've started playing this again. I put a poll out on my own channel, and loads of people apparently wanted to play it, wanted me to talk about it. So there you go. And then also, Gears of War. I've gone back to Gears of War. We played through the first one. I think it's all right. It's aged significantly. There's a lot of clunk, and that final boss fight can go fuck itself, especially on the hardened difficulty, which is what I played on. And I dread to think what it's like on Insane. It was fucking dreadful. But besides from that, it's all right. And right now we're playing through the second game, which is infinitely better. Gears of War 2 is a great game, 110%. And then we got 3 installed, which we're going to be playing eventually. I don't know if anyone has ever played Gears of War 1, 2, 3. We've got onto the Maria scene recently. If that means anything to any of you. If any of you have played
I've played it a little bit, but not much.
Yeah, same. Not a lot.
See, I did play
That's
1
all
and
I'll say.
2, and I do not remember anything. So-
Fair enough. Well, here's the thing I will quickly say. I don't particularly think storytelling is its strongest suit.
No,
really
it's the getting your chainsaw gun and, ripping locusts in half.
The gameplay, the brutality of it, everything
Yeah.
like that is 110%. The way that the story is told, not really a big fan of it. I could not begin to tell you a lot of stuff that happens in the first game. And then putting it into the perspective of a trilogy, I don't know how we go from 1, 2, and 3, and people say that's a good trilogy. For me, it's an alright trilogy. If you're talking about story, gameplay-wise, it's great when it goes along. But looking back at it, I don't think that some of the storytelling was all that good. Gears fans in comments will probably fucking tell me a new one for saying that, but that's just what I think. But ultimately, yeah, Gears 2 is a lot better than 1. Excited for Gears 3. Excited to see what happens with that. And then I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I played. Oh, yeah, one last thing. Squirrel with a gun. Because why not? It's stupid.
how is
it's
that?
fun. It's clunky as hell. It really is, but it's so stupid and it's so fun that I've beaten like half of it and I've enjoyed every single second of it. So yeah, sometimes you just need a bit of a palate cleanser and just something that you can just fuck about in. So yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, very nice. Is that on? You've been playing that through PlayStation Plus? I think it's on there at the moment, isn't it?
Yep.
Excellent. Yeah, I keep seeing that, and I'm like, oh, this looks like it's going to be silly and weird. Should I give it a go? So
Do it. Honestly, it's
maybe I will.
It's exactly what it says. Squirrel with a gun. That's it. There's nothing else really to it. You just go around and shoot people and collect nuts, and there you go. That's it. And it's fun, at least for me.
Yeah, nice. Okay, well, speaking of fun, we've recently had a month of game showcases. We've had State of Play, we've had SGF, and we've had Nintendo and Xbox doing their showcases.
Whoa, 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 wa- whoa, 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 whoa! What have you been playing, man?
Oh,
Yeah.
I guess
That's
you
a good
do want
point,
to.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah, you asked us and not yourself. Rude.
well,
Rude.
who wants to know what I've been playing?
Anyways, moving on.
I've been playing a little-known game called Mass Effect. I've made a bit more
Hey.
progress.
Mail ship or fem ship?
Last mail ship. I've in my Diablo 2 playthrough, I made a necromancer called Colin, and I have tried to recreate him in Mass Effect. So I have a like really really pale-skinned, skinny shepherd called Colin, who is
Savior of the universe.
Savior of the Universe, Colin, which I thought was quite amusing. Yeah, I mean, I've made a little bit more progress since the last podcast, where I just mostly done the prologue. I've now pretty much fully explored the Citadel. I've met Jarrus and
Did you say Jarrus?
Jarrett. I can't remember everyone's names.
Garrus
I
Vicarian.
remember the name. You just decided not to say it
Garrus
correctly.
Vicarian. You
I haven't
fuck.
played in. I haven't played in a
He's a
little while.
GIF kind of
okay?
guy, not a GIF kind of
He's
guy.
a GIF
okay?
kind
So in all the gifs I've been sending, no, but I think I'm just about to go back to the council and plead
Tell
my
him to
case
fuck off.
after having done all the kind of side stuff in the Citadel.
Are
taken
you going
down
to kill
some
the
gangs.
council when the opportunity arises, like I definitely do every time?
Don't know. I wasn't aware that was an
Okay.
option.
Watch the video.
Well-
Now I do.
He's only played
Uh,
3, remember?
I don't know. Yeah, we'll see.
There's a council?
I think the automatic option, if you haven't played 1 and 2 when you start 3, is that the council died at the end of ME1. So he's only ever experienced the council being dead.
Anyways,
But don't worry, they'll copy and paste the exact same council-looking people into the next one.
there's an Asari.
They'll
remember.
The human. There you go.
But I've been enjoying it. Yeah, I've put it on the back burner a little bit so I could get my Lego Batman video finished. Thank you. But yeah, now I'm getting back into it. But I'm trying to play it like kind of piecemeal. So I've played the prologue, made notes, and I want to sit down and write up the prologue before I get too far ahead of playing it, because I'm trying to like incorporate my thoughts and feelings a bit more rather than just this is what happens in the story. So
Just quickly, when you mentioned Lego Batman, I watched your video. 7 characters. 7 characters. That is a stark contrast from all the other Lego games.
the
I don't know if I like
previous
that or not.
the previous Lego game, the Skywalker Saga, had 400 and something.
Yeah, it was,
Yeah, that seems a bit strange. They would have such a low amount.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, having
Yeah.
fewer than 400 is definitely a benefit, but I think they've gone a bit too far in the other direction, really. They
I will
should-
say having like 400 is like makes choice difficult. I spent ages trying to decide which like character I wanted to like mainline, just to go around as.
Yeah, or-
Chose Jarl Poof, obviously, because Jarl Poof's an icon. So
Yeah, I mean, I frequently just played as Han Solo, Frozen, and Carbonite. But
great choice.
the issue you have with having that many characters is that it's 400 characters. There's only like 7 different character types. You've got like Jedi, Sith, like mercenary, blah blah blah. So like each character plays identically to about 50 others.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that's why
it doesn't
I
really
was like,
matter
oh,
what character you play
it's
as.
just visual, isn't it? You just who do you want to
Exactly.
aesthetically
You just like
be?
pick which character can fly and also shoot laser beams, and then like there's like 100 of those. Just pick your favorite because they all do
Exactly.
flying.
There you go.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
yeah.
Actually, the best Superman game is playing a Superman in Lego Batman 3, which is hilarious.
Brilliant.
That makes sense. Lego Batman 3
So funny.
is fun.
DC Supervillains is even better, I would argue.
I have it, and I have not played it.
And I don't play Marvel games.
That's DC.
That's a DC game.
These
but
sort
okay.
DC games.
Get her!
Sorry.
Get her! She's fake.
Sorry,
She's
vote.
not nerd enough.
Vote.
Take her
Vote.
card.
Vote.
I
Faker.
am. How dare you?
Take her
Oh, yeah,
Kind
card.
of that
I
nerd
don't. I
cred.
think I was thinking about Spider-Man at the time. Yeah, I don't play those games. I don't know why. I've got like a weird thing against like superhero games.
It's okay. It's okay. She won't hurt you. It's okay.
Yeah, you're just wrong about that, by the way. That's
okay.
just wrong.
No, they're fun.
Play the good ones. There you go.
Yeah, that's all you need to do. Okay, so
Question,
now we've
by the way,
remembered
before-
me.
Sorry, question
Go
by the way
on.
before we transition. I keep seeing this green bar flashing around my screen. Is it? Can you hear the fan? Does it feel
Yes.
like
I
there's
don't.
wind
I'm not
blowing?
hearing it.
Does it feel like there's wind blowing on
Barely.
the microphone though?
Barely.
I'm not hearing it at all.
It doesn't
don't-
sound like wind blowing directly on the
Basically
microphone. It
nothing.
kind of just sounds
Basically
like
nothing.
a constant
Static.
background static that
Hum,
comes in
like
and
a
out.
hum.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll be honest.
Barely.
I don't hear it, and I don't think.
barely. I don't know what the fuck
um,
Ashton's hearing. He's got like Superman
yeah.
hearing. I don't know what the fuck's going on with
I
him.
don't think my
I mean,
OBS
I
is
just
even
I have
picking it up.
ears for audio, man. I don't know what to tell you. I can hear you
This is
crumbling your fucking food now too.
Well, yeah, because that's fucking loud.
Would you like a jelly baby?
Would you like
Jelly
a
baby. What the fuck is that? Is that a jelly bean?
Does,
Or
does
like
anybody
a
want
jelly-
any Parma violets?
What the fuck
Ugh.
is that? Oh my
Parma
god.
violet.
There's too much
God,
going
no.
on. There's too
I
much
love
British
Parma
bullshit
violet.
going on. My American self can't handle
And
it.
then
Okay, we gotta.
inside is the jelly.
It's a violet flavored powder sweet, like little sherbet
They're
sweet.
disgusting.
That's a
I
pill.
love
No
You
one
just
likes
took a
the taste.
pill.
violets.
I love the taste of violet and lavender and rose. Those are my three
Oh,
favorite
no,
flavors.
that's not food. That's a
What are you
scent.
do? What are you fucking like eating flowers in your back garden or something?
Yes,
What the fuck are you doing?
elderflower is my favorite drink.
Oh shit! Nicole's outside grazing the grass again. Fucking leave her to it.
I'll hoe it up
Anyways,
while I'm
Ben,
out
thank-
there.
Ben, get us back on track quickly. Get us back.
Yes,
Okay.
go.
Getting back on track for the third time. So we've recently had this slew of games announced, lots of new releases upcoming. But following that, we've had a lot of news come out about Xbox, a lot of studios shutting down, suggestions that Microsoft are looking to sell Xbox or at least spin it off into its own company. And it all seems to be crashing and burning in slow motion. So I figured this part of the podcast, we could have a bit more of an open-ended kind of discussion about how we feel about that, where we think Xbox is likely to go, what we think the implications are going to be for this on the next generation Xbox console, and just have a bit of a chat about it. I've got some points on my little notes just in case we do get a bit off topic too much or we just lose track of what we're talking about. But yeah, so Xbox going down the shitter. Let's throw it over to the Xbox fangirl first.
Oh.
Take a big gulp.
Yeah,
Wetting her
that's
lips.
some wine.
Prepare yourself.
Right. So here's the problem, right? The Xbox, I'm so embedded in their ecosystem since my dad bought me an Xbox One in 2014 because I was a teenager. So I've just like completely locked myself down into their digital library. So I feel trapped, and I felt trapped for the last decade because I did all my big purchases during the Xbox One era when I reached adulthood. So I just committed, and with Phil Spencer's vision, an independent game vibe, I don't think this is his fault. People are like, oh fuck Phil Spencer, blah blah. Nah, I'm Team Phil. I think he was really trying. Executives at the top are the ones who've been messing around and like making all these shitty decisions. Like he spent ages fighting for getting more studios from the Asian market and trying to get more developers to come in and do exclusives for Xbox. So when we got Hi-Fi Rush and added that to Game Pass and it won all those damn awards, I was like, damn, Phil Spencer, you're doing it. You finally did it. You finally broke into that market and nabbed yourself a game. Hopefully that will grow. And then they shut down the studio. And I know that wasn't Phil Spencer because he was fighting. He was such an advocate for it. I just think that Xbox has just been non-stop missteps since 2013, since E3 2013. Non-stop mistakes. Phil Spencer has tried to bring it back. And what I will say is that it got recently announced that they were going to try and go back to exclusivity. It's too late for that, in my opinion. The reason I was actually okay with exclusives going over to PlayStation is that Xbox, according to the stats, is like what? PlayStation is beating it like 3-1 or something in terms of sales.
Yeah.
So if they're
I just
not
pulled
selling-
the stats up for you.
Yeah.
So I had a feeling you were gonna bring them up.
Thank you.
So it's estimated that the PlayStation 5 has sold over 80 million units worldwide.
Yeah.
The Xbox Series X/S has sold approximately 30 million. So globally, it is about 3-1. But I have seen some indication that in some markets it's crazy in the opposite way. So North America is
Yeah.
where there's the most parity. That is about 3-1. In Europe and some Asian markets, it's like 19-1. The PS5.
So that's the thing.
It's way
when you
better.
have such a big, like loss because you've got exclusives. There's no reason for people to want to buy an Xbox. Exclusivity is not a reason you buy an Xbox. You buy an Xbox because the Xbox Series X and S was a really good deal at the time. It was very cheap coming out, and Game Pass made it worth it. They didn't have the exclusives to back it up. Even though they did have good games, no one was going to go for that when PlayStation has all their banger single player journeys. And so I was like, if you put your exclusive games on PlayStation, then Xbox can fix that margin, because at least they can make sales back on all their games on other consoles. If you're just sticking to Xbox, not only are you making losses because you're not buying as many people as buying Xboxes, but also people aren't going to be buying as many of your games. There's a whole community, there's 80 million people, in however many Xboxes sold, so PlayStation sold 80 million, whatever, that could be playing your game, and you could be making all that money. And so I just think that it's such a silly, daft thing to just double back on that, especially with Halo Campaign Evolved coming out on PlayStation. They're just not going to put any other Halos onto PlayStation then. You've essentially just like cucked the Sony community. You're going to give them Halo 1 and then go, and we're taking it back. It's just dumb. And that's kind of where I'm at right now.
Absolutely, which is kind of wild when you think about it, because that latest Halo Campaign Evolved trailer was recorded on a PS5 Pro as the best representation of that game. And I think it is quite interesting, like you say, that Xbox are shutting themselves out from so many potential customers. I think we saw with Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, I think that outsold on PlayStation, outsold 2-1 what it sold on Xbox. But I think it's, going back to Game Pass, that's also a really interesting point, because I think Xbox has trained their consumer base to not buy games. They've trained their consumer base in, you just get all your games for free on Game Pass. Why bother buying a game? And I think that's reflected in some of the statistics that show that, like, not only are there more PlayStation 5s out there in the world, but gamers are more likely to buy games on PlayStation 5 than they are on Xbox. I think the average PlayStation owner purchases about 3 or 4 games a year, and on Xbox it's 2 or 3. So you're more likely to sell.
Yeah, Xbox doesn't have exclusives enough to be selling stuff on Xbox. Game Pass was in my opinion, was the only, as annoying as it is, I don't like subscription services, but it was the only thing that made sense, because they were not going to be selling anything remotely equivalent to what PlayStation was. So it's like a desperate attempt to try and grab back some of that community, and also combine their marketplace with PC in order to make it all one kind of thing. And I do think there is a level of was that the best idea because it's PC, and then you might as well just be on PC instead of console. But if anything, if the ship is going down, then you might as well create a service where people can migrate from a console to a PC. So I don't hate it. I think that it was a sensible Titanic idea. Ship is sinking, get in the lifeboat. And the lifeboat being PC. I think there was a level of that. Safety net.
I'd like to say a couple of things. Just
Please.
in relation to what
Interrupt.
Nicole said.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Phil Spencer is partly to blame because he was the one that was in charge of the whole thing. And the decisions such as hiking up Game Pass prices, and other things as well that I can't think of the top of my head. It was his decision. He is the head of he was the head of Xbox or Microsoft Game Studios, whatever you want to call it. But I think actually, if you take it all the way back to the inception of Xbox, right to the very beginning, Xbox was something that Microsoft was trying to push, and they were actively going out of their way to find companies to make games for their system, like Bungie. Without Bungie and Halo, Xbox would not be where it is, right? Now you go to the Xbox 360 and then they doubled down a lot. They introduced people like Epic Games and Gears of War. Rare, I think they bought Rare at that time well. So they were still doing what they were doing a couple of years ago. They were still buying studios and getting those studios who have the clout to then make stuff for their system. The problem is, one person in particular, in my opinion, and his name is Don Mattrick. He is the issue because he was the one at the forefront of the Kinect, and I think the Kinect was the beginning of the dark age of Xbox that is still felt to this day. It was purely a system, a piece of hardware to try and compete with the Wii. Don Mattrick is a businessman. He's not a gamer. He's a businessman for Microsoft. He looked at what Nintendo was doing with the Wii and said Xbox can do that.
I blame
Where
him,
is the
yes.
Kinect now?
I agree.
I went to a CEX, which is like a second-hand electronics store for those outside the UK, and I found an Xbox One Kinect. And do you want to know how much that is going for if you want to buy it?
£2.50.
£8.
Damn it, I was so close.
Pounds. What a
Wow.
waste of hardware.
Yeah,
right?
that is crazy.
Then when you jump over to 2013, which yes, Nicole, you are right, the Xbox One was a catastrophic failure. And who's at the forefront of that? Who was the one that said to Jeff
Don
Keighley, if you
Mattrick.
don't have an online connection, go back to 360? Don Mattrick.
TV, film, TV.
Yes, he was solely the reason why Xbox is in the place that it is now, because of his poor decisions. Now, Phil Spencer could have come in and said, right, we fucked up, let's try and course correct. Now, yes, he did course correct on a number of things. He brought Xbox backwards compatibility. He then also made it so that Xbox One bundles did not come with Kinect because he realized that some people didn't want to play with a Kinect or didn't want to utilize a Kinect. However, if you look at all the other stuff as well, like the closing of Tango Gameworks, like buying all these studios and then closing them down a bunch of years later, he still is to blame for it. But at the forefront of it, Mattrick is the one to blame for it.
And
Because
I
he is
blame-
the
I mean-
businessman first. who
I
wanted
blame
to chase
studio
on
execs.
I mean,
I don't think
would-
that Phil Spencer would choose to do that if Microsoft above wasn't pushing him to make these decisions or making him do these things. You just know that he wasn't happy about it.
The thing is, if you go back to all the interviews, like with Peter Molyneux, for example, when he was showing off that, I don't know if you remember, but when he was showing off his presentation for a game called Milo, where apparently you could talk through the Kinect to this, this kid,
Yeah.
it was all fake. It was all a bunch of fucking lies. Molyneux were trying his hardest to sell this to people. Even fucking brought Steven Spielberg on the stage at one point as well. What the fuck are you doing?
For the
I have
Halo
no
TV
idea.
show.
Yeah, that took fucking ages and it's still shit.
No, he ended up backing out. It was going to be a film at the
fair
time, I think. Yeah, got
Yeah, it was
cancelled.
when they were going to
Whatever,
what
whatever.
eventually turned into District 9, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That was the Peter Jackson one. Yeah, the Peter Jackson was supposed to make it.
Good movie,
We're
by
getting
the way.
we're getting off track. But what I'm trying to say is the fact that Peter Molyneux eventually later on, he even said that he doesn't like the fact that Microsoft is pushing Xbox 360 Kinect onto developers to try and force them to include it. Mass Effect 3 has Kinect capabilities. If you didn't know that, you can command the squad mates. Like
I
the
forgot
other
about
things
that!
like that.
Oh,
It's such a useless feature. No one probably used it. Let's be honest. No one used
they
it.
killed Fable with it as well by forcing it to be a Kinect game too. That's how they killed Fable.
But
I
we got
think-
the classic that is Star Wars Connect.
That is true.
They killed Star Wars. That was the real problem.
But yeah, I think there's a lot of people with the fingers in the pies, you know. And I think
That's the
Xbox
problem.
as
I
a
can't blame
studio
one
has been
person.
fucked
Well,
for
I think
decades.
I have maybe a slight hot take on this.
I blame
Please.
that trick. I'm just saying.
I don't think
And then Ashton.
Microsoft or Xbox has ever understood the industry. And I think the success of the 360 that platformed them to be on par with Sony and Nintendo was a complete fluke.
From Halo.
I
Because of
disagree
Halo.
with that. I disagree with that because if you
Interesting.
look
I'm
at
mixed.
the older videos that were coming out at the time when the Xbox in the early days of the Xbox, the entirety of the Xbox original Xbox lifespan and the early days of the 360 up until about 2011, there is a lot of people there who understood that
Yeah.
they needed the games to sell the system.
Like Ed Freeze. We said Ed Freeze. Yes, look at us.
Without Ed Freeze, you wouldn't have got
Yeah.
Bungie and Halo. You wouldn't have got
Thank
it.
you, Ed Freeze.
But
Yeah.
I think
There's another
that
guy
was
as well. I'm trying
that
to
was
figure out who he is. 1 second.
Microsoft's business acumen rather than an understanding of the
Yeah.
industry. Because the
I
moment
will-
that competing consoles like the PS3 hit price parity and was offering better for a similar price, it got stomped. And you ended up with the console that had completely dominated at the beginning of that generation being the third best selling console of that generation.
So
Peter
I just
Moore
want
as
to
well. Peter
I
Moore
want
as
to
well. He was a big-
also add that I think that. So I watched a documentary that Microsoft put out the other year of how Xbox came to be. And I do think there were a lot of people who did have their fingers in the pie that really did care about gaming and understand the gaming space. But I think over time they were forced out by Xbox execs who were focused on making money and not caring about the video game community. So I think there's a level of like both your points are right in this. I don't think they were always that way, but they definitely, that's the problem, is they've got there. I know that the 360 era got a massive head start, which is why they rushed it out with the Red Ring of Death, etc. They got, and they were doing so damn well. And I think one of their failures was actually the fact that they did like the HD DVD player while Sony had the Blu-ray player.
Yeah.
So as a result, PlayStation 3 had that. So people who weren't hardcore gamers were like, well, streaming wasn't a thing yet. They were like, oh, okay, well, I can buy this console that's also a Blu-ray player, since that's the new hot thing as well. And then it was unfortunately, they were both pretty neck and neck, and Xbox had some mistakes along the way, but they were doing tremendously well. It was the Don Mattrick era. I'm not going to blame Don Mattrick entirely, because he had entire teams and execs who were also guiding him and telling him what to do. And like, I think that everyone made a fucking mistake during 2013's E3 era when they were leading into that, because they thought that everything was going to migrate. So
yeah, and I think interestingly enough, it kind of almost to kind of mirror the current tactic Xbox have of going back to exclusives. One of the big things that helped sell the Xbox 360 was that they did manage to steal away a lot of PlayStation exclusives. The 360 was the first time they had GTA, Final Fantasy, like some racing games. Like they did a really good job of opening, the gaming world up where it hadn't previously been.
Not necessarily, no, because there are some GTA, like for GTA, for example, there are some GTA games on the original Xbox.
I've also got to throw.
San Andreas are on the original Xbox.
I've got to throw something crazy out.
Delays to them, right?
They
were considered. There was a big delay between them going to PlayStation and the original Xbox.
Yes. As far as I know,
the 360 was the first time that they were kind of released on both consoles at the same time, I believe, rather than being having any kind of exclusivity.
So I just remembered something when Ben mentioned that, which is, did you guys know that Mass Effect 1 was initially a Microsoft project and an Xbox exclusive?
Yep.
Mass Effect 1. So they had fucking Halo, and they also had Alan Wake was exclusive until they did the new remaster that came out in like 2021, 2022. So like they had some decent exclusives dialed in, like ready to fucking go.
Witcher 2.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Halo was there as well, but like Xbox in general, they were doing a tremendous job getting all these together. They just completely fumbled the bag when they were going into the next generation. It was that, like, the defining event was 2013 E3. I do think there was a lot of love and a lot of stupid people involved. There was good people and bad people, and unfortunately the bad people kind of won out. So I don't know.
Ashton's been writing in his notebook for a
while.
Ashton, give it to us.
Yeah, I've been putting down points because there's a lot that y'all brought up, so much stuff that I have thoughts on, but I can't get to all of them. So I think what I want to talk about is, first of all, I think we're doing, Nicole and Sam, y'all are doing two parts of an extreme that I don't agree with, which is Nicole's kind of playing way too much defense for Phil Spencer and kind of like almost absolving him of everything. And it's nothing was his decision, even though he was the guy. And Sam really wants to put the blame on a single person, even though I think Nicole's right in that it's way more people. Yeah. And Sam, you even said in your points that it was like there was a lot of hands in that pot that I think all coalesced into, the certain decisions that would make. But I think the pivotal moment, because it was Phil Spencer's and Sarah Bond's philosophy, right? Because if you think about consoles, right, we've had this cycle where PS2 was fucking crazy and did amazingly well. PlayStation gets full of themselves. PS3 comes out, it's way too expensive. Xbox 360 is way cheaper. Then we consider it winning the console war, even though by the end, PS3 would end up outselling the Xbox 360, but that's not how people perceive it, right? Xbox was in a strong position to compete, right? They were the top dog, right? Yeah. Then they get full of themselves. They start doing stupid stuff with the Xbox One. PS4 comes out, smacks them in the face, and then becomes, the winner of that era, right? What Xbox needed to do was then continue the cycle and do it again with the Series X commit to what you did before with 360. Get those timed exclusives, get those good games out, get the banger Halos out, get the banger Gears of Wars out, and commit and compete with PlayStation directly, right? But they didn't. The thing that changed was that Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond came in and said, hold on, we need to change. We need to do a completely different thing. We're not going to fight PlayStation one-on-one anymore. We're going to do this Game Pass thing. And we're going to hope that brings people in. And like Ben said, it trained Xbox players and consumers to not buy games, right? I think that's the biggest problem, is that shift in philosophy, because we see it now today. It didn't work. Just point blank period. I don't care whose fault it was. I don't care who decided Tango gets shut down. I don't care who decided prices increases go. It didn't matter, because it did not work. Game Pass did not work, or else Xbox would be in a successful position right now. It didn't work, right? And so I think what they're doing now is, I think it's tough, because I think in general it's the right decision if your philosophy is we still commit to the box, right? If you want to commit to the console space and you want to compete with PlayStation, you have to give people a reason to buy the box, which means you have to have exclusives. And with how big Xbox is now, they have the exclusives to do it. You have Halo and Gears, but now you have Elder Scrolls. Now you have Fallout. Now you have Call of Duty after the agreement from the lawsuit expires in, like, I forget, what is it, like 8 or 9 years or something?
I'm gonna jump
They'll have that exclusivity, right?
Yeah.
You have to give people a reason to buy the box. And yes, the box is expensive. And it's going to be expensive right now. But the box, it's not the Steam machine. We just got prices for the Steam machine
Oh my god,
a couple days ago, right? And they're insane.
Yeah.
But just because prices are high today does not mean they will always be high. If they can play their cards right, if things fall into place the right way, there is a chance that they can make a box that seems affordable, like they did with the Series S, which sold better than the X, if I'm remembering that correctly, and then have those exclusives where people will show up for an Elder Scrolls 6. They will show up for Call of Duty once that's exclusive. They will show up for Fable.
They're not making Call of Duty exclusive.
People want that experience. They want the new shiny thing. When they see commercials for Elder Scrolls 6, they're gonna want it. The problem is that going to be the philosophy? Can they make it there? Or if your philosophy is nothing they do will matter, nothing they do can change anything, everything's fucked, everything's a failure, nothing will ever change, they're always going to be bad, then you just become a publisher, which is exactly how they were going under Phil Spencer. That was the trajectory they were going on, was abandoning the box. It sounds like they don't want to abandon the box anymore, in which case you have to try to make exclusives. Otherwise, the box is guaranteed to fail.
So, just in the immediate response to like the last stuff that Ashton said. So what I will say is that Starfield is a perfect showcase of Bethesda being incapable of even trying to evolve past their 2011 Skyrim kind of vibe. You know, like the game has not really evolved from there, in my opinion. I've played Starfield and I'm like, nah.
That's not Skyrim. It's not Skyrim. I'm going to stop you right there. I'm going to let you keep going.
I'm not saying it is,
but I'm going to stop you right there. Starfield failed because it was not a Bethesda game. That's just the truth.
So here's the thing.
It's not that it hasn't evolved. It's that they evolved in the wrong direction. If it was like Skyrim, I think it would have done better.
Here's the thing with it. I just felt like, because I actually hadn't played Skyrim until like really recently. So I think when I played Skyrim, I actually played that. And then really soon after I played Starfield. And to me, I was like, this feels stodgy. It feels like I'm playing a game from over a decade ago. Like, nothing feels like alive in this world, and everything. And my biggest problem with something like Skyrim is that you could join every single guild, every single side. There was no like real sacrifices you're having to make by picking different sides. It all kind of felt the same, and like it didn't really matter what you picked. You could just kind of do whatever you wanted and accomplish everything. So firstly, there's that. Secondly, I don't think that Bethesda is worth enough to make it to be exclusive for people to come and buy an Xbox. It's not going to happen. I just don't think people are going to give enough of a shit. The problem is that Xbox's entire reputation has been completely damaged by all the years of stupidity that followed that 2013 E3 and the attempt to try and bring it back. Exclusivity has never ever worked for them. I just want to say that there have been so many exclusives that have not like worked for them. So you had like Ori was an exclusive, Sea of Thieves was an exclusive, Alan Wake was an exclusive at the time, Quantum Break was an exclusive, Gears of War, Halo, none of this, and there are some other ones I haven't even remembered to list. None of them have been remotely worth it for Xbox. I'm telling you right now that I think that all those games that I just listed, except Gears, and the new Halos, are all phenomenal games that I would pay exclusively to like play on Xbox. But it's not going to convince people who are playing the kind of stellar, like Naughty Dog, emotional, gut-wrenching games to jump from PlayStation to Xbox. I think it's already too late for Microsoft. You know, I was just kind of Pardon?
I would say not even that is enough to move people over.
Yeah.
I think in the era where we're in now,
They're
where
done.
so many people have digital libraries,
Yeah.
no one. I don't think anyone's gonna switch consoles and get rid of
that was my follow-up.
their several hundred.
So
I don't think people care about their digital libraries.
Ashton
I think that
you're
gets
an
so
outlier.
I
overblown.
think
You're an
so wrong
outlier.
on
Ben
that.
just said it.
Outlier.
But no, I'm telling you, Ben just said it earlier in this exact
Ben say?
episode.
What
People
did Ben
buy, average people buy maybe 3 games a year. They
Yes.
do not care about their digital library,
No,
because as soon as they
but-
see the shiny new toy, they're gonna want to play that thing. They don't
But
have the time to do all the other stuff.
shiny
They don't
new
care.
the shiny new toys are not exclusives. Xbox is never going to risk losing
have to
the
make them.
billions they're going to
Skyrim too.
make. They're never going to risk the billions they're going to make on PlayStation to make Xbox an exclusive thing with Call of Duty. They're not going to do it. They took Call of Duty off of the Game Pass, like, you know, subscription to make it cheaper again because of the fact they were losing money on Call of Duty. They're not going to do it. They need the money too badly. They spent what, $69 billion or something on Call of Duty on Blizzard. They're not going to do it. It's too much.
Yeah.
They're going to lose too much money. If you, as I said earlier, right? If Xboxes are selling, they're the one in the 3-to-1 ratio of PlayStation. So say it's like, you know, $10 billion, right, that you're going to get back in one small period from Call of Duty. They're not going to want 3.3 billion back when they could have the full 9.9/10 back. They're not going to do that. It's just a stupid deal. It's not that they have been losing consistently. They've had good exclusives that haven't been worth it. I'm saying that if you ignore all the people who are buying, so the people who buy Call of Duty are also the same people who buy GTA and FIFA, because I've got like 20 of them living down the road from me that are married to my friends. I know them. I'm going to list them off the top of my head. I'm not going to, because I'm going to insult them slightly if I do that, because I want them to play other games and try and expand outside those 3 damn games.
That is Joe Gamer, but that is the majority of gamers.
It is. It is just the way it is, right? And those games are never going to have exclusivity. And if they do, they're not going to give it to Xbox. They're going to like try and give it to fucking PlayStation if they can. Blizzard got bought out because Xbox has big money. But that's it. So you've got, not only have you got that where they're never going to be exclusive, right? If those people are already in the PlayStation ecosystem, why the fuck would they migrate over? They're not. There's nothing exclusive enough to draw them over. The only people
Call of
who give a
Duty.
shit,
That would be the thing.
they're not. I'm telling you, they're not
No,
going to do it because
they
they're not.
won't.
They're going to lose too much money.
It's
They're
like
going to
on
lose.
Why wouldn't?
PC.
How does that philosophy not work for
They're
PlayStation?
going to lose. They're going to
Why
lose
does that
like
not work for PlayStation?
6.6%.
PlayStation's the same way.
66%.
They lose
of-
money
of
by
their
not
stuff.
putting their games on Xbox and PC.
No,
They
no,
don't,
They
though.
do it, and it's okay.
But they don't, because the
They
ratio,
don't.
I just told you the ratio. The ratio is, why would they put their games on the weaker console that is only taking up
To
one
get
in the
people to buy the
ratio?
box.
There's twice as many people playing on PlayStation as there is on Xbox.
Yes,
You
we
get
know
rid-
that. That's how things are now. You have to get people to come. You have to
It's
get
not
people
going
to
to
buy
we
box.
won't.
happen. Xbox is not going to
If-
take the risk.
You have to
If
take the
we-
short-term loss to
Ashton-
get the long-term gain. That's how it works.
Ashton,
It's not
question
Ashton,
for
I think
you.
you're blind.
Ashton, question for you. How many games do you have on your Steam library?
Too fucking many.
If
Yeah, would you
if
ever
you
go over
bought
to
a
Epic
new,
Games?
Yeah, if you bought a new
I'm
PC
not the
and you
average
had
person. I buy like 100 games a year. We're not talking about me. We're talking about the average Joe who only plays Call of Duty and
your
then also
average
what I'm
never
Joe's
saying is
not going to drop
Xbox-
They
$1,000
don't care about their digital
on a
library.
Xbox
console
has
They
shown.
just to play
I know.
Call of
We're
Duty.
not saying that.
They will. They absolutely will leave to go play Call of Duty. Absolutely.
They need the.
That's the biggest game in the world. They're going to go play Call of Duty on Xbox.
It's probably the only
it's
thing
gonna happen.
that is probably the only thing that's currently keeping Microsoft from selling Xbox right now as is, or a couple years ago. They went, we made this big fucking deal. We need this money. I think Minecraft is currently still one of the best-selling games that's keeping Xbox afloat, and that's because it's on every fucking platform. They don't.
Yeah.
Why would they make it exclusive? They would be stupid.
Well, Minecraft's not gonna. It's already
like,
there.
As is something like GTA Online, which we know from press earnings last year even, that Rockstar makes something like $5 million a day in GTA Online, for which Sony will get a 30% cut of every transaction through their storefront, as will Xbox. They don't want they're not going to get rid of that income.
They're not going to lose that income.
Sam, you've not spoken for a while.
This is why Phil Spencer started doing it. This is why Phil Spencer started putting all his fucking games on everything else. Because Microsoft was like, we need the money, man. And Phil Spencer was like, fine, we'll just start putting it everywhere because what's the point anymore?
That's how we got into this mess right now, is doing that.
Yes, but Microsoft isn't going to go, yeah, you know what, let's start hogging more things. They've done Halo and Gears of War do not make the money they used to, okay? So making them exclusive isn't going to hurt the brand anymore, right? If you make Call of Duty an exclusive, people will not go. Anybody, I guarantee, anybody on PlayStation who sees Call of Duty, the next one is exclusive on Xbox, they're going to go, well, I just won't play the next one then. I'll just continue playing this one or play GTA.
There's no way Microsoft will want to get rid of 2/3.
They're not going to do it. They're not going to get rid of all that
Call
money.
of Duty, put Call of Duty aside, right?
Put
Call of Duty aside because there's a whole the whole lawsuit. They cannot make it exclusive until a certain period of time.
Yeah,
I don't know how many years we're into that.
And they're not going to do it.
I'm saying just like give me a second. I don't know how many years we have left of that. Okay, so I'm saying whenever that happens, if Xbox is still around by that point, if they need to, they would make it exclusive and people would come over. But we need to fix it before then, right? Because there's still a lot of years in there. We have a lot of years until then. We have a lot of years until then.
Sam have his moment.
But Elder Scrolls and Fallout are massive. Skyrim sold 60 million copies. People want Elder Scrolls 6 and they will buy a box just to play Elder Scrolls 6 because again, people only buy a couple games a year, and if the game they want is over there, they're going to go do it. Sam, where are you at? Where are you at?
Brother, I don't care. I just want good games.
As the Xbox girlie,
you can't say that. You're on a podcast talking about Xbox and how it's shitty.
I'm the console bitch on the Xbox.
Your name is Gamer Opinion. Give an opinion.
Talk about how bad Xbox is.
You said this last time after you were like, "Oh, Game Opinion has no opinion."
Just give a fucking opinion.
Yeah, stop lying. You're lying to everyone. Your channel name is a lie.
Whenever you guys get like this, I just tune out and just, I don't know, go on social media a little bit.
Put your phone away. Give it to your wife.
Okay, I mean...
Gamer Opinion can't handle the opinions.
Too much.
Bitch.
No, when they're from like 3 different people. Like,
teaming up on Sam now. Fuck you, Sam. Fuck you.
Really Sam into an opinion.
I will say that...
Sam's actually Don Mattrick.
I will say that with Ashton's point about where people will go to play the games, so I had an Xbox One, still do, but around about like 2017, 2018, I just got fed up of Xbox. I really just fell out of love with gaming in general, and I didn't really feel like picking up any new games because it was all on the Xbox One. The Xbox One just really kind of kicked me in the nuts and then shoved its dick in my face or something. Like, I don't know. And so when I saw that the Spider-Man game was going to be on PlayStation, I decided then that that's it. I'm going to sell my Xbox and I'm going to buy a PS4. And I did. I bought one. And ever since then, I've been a PlayStation guy. Now, that kind of proves Ashton's point, but at the same time, if you cut to today... Congratulations. If you cut to today, I do want to play the new Gears of War because it looks pretty good. But I will not go out of my way to buy an Xbox One. Xbox Series X, whatever it is.
Just quickly.
I think hang on. And I think a lot of that has to do with the current climate of games and consoles and how everything is so fucking expensive these days. I don't know how much an Xbox Series X costs. I think I saw somewhere it costs like £500.
It
I do
was
not have
350 on
£500.
release, or like 400.
But that's my point. Everything's going up. PlayStation have
Mhm.
even hiked up the price of the PS5 and the PS5 Pro because everything financially is going to shit, and everything is getting more and more expensive. So I will not go out of my way to buy an Xbox Series X just to play Gears.
Not in this economy.
So I agree with what Ashton's saying.
But would you
especially-
if it was Gears and Skyrim 2 and Fallout and like Wolf and Doom and Wolfenstein?
He's like us.
add
He's
'em up.
embedded in PlayStation. He's embedded in Sony and his PC. So
Yes and no. Yes and no. Because again, it depends how expensive it is. That is my. I do not buy games when they come out full price unless I absolutely 100% want to play it day one. Point in case, Requiem. When that came out, I was there day one because I'm such a big fan of Resident Evil. Let's say something like, I don't know, Silent Hill Townfall. I like Silent Hill, but will I go out my way to buy Townfall on day one? Probably not. I'll maybe wait a couple of months and then I'll pick it up. I have to factor that in. Every single purchase for me now, especially in this climate, is an investment. It's not just a simple transaction, it's an investment. Now, if there was everything on there, Halo, Gears, Doom, Skyrim, or whatever the next Elder Scrolls is, then I would consider it. Because looking at what PlayStation is doing now, PlayStation is doing very little.
they don't
I'm
have to do
actually-
anything.
Well,
They're
that's the
winning.
thing.
That's
They
the point.
become
There's
com-
nothing
they
because
become
Xbox doesn't have anything.
complacent. Exactly.
But because Xbox hasn't had anything for over a decade, and my
But
little
they're trying
thing that I
now,
just
and we're
the
like,
little
"Fuck
thing
you,
before we
you can't
move off
try
it
anymore."
is I just want to say that with the exclusivity thing, another thing is that Elder Scrolls. I don't think Elder Scrolls is a common game for your average folk. It is more of a game
100%
that
it
people
think
like
it
us
is.
play.
No, it is.
You think it is?
You ask
but
the average person on the street,
No,
they
no,
probably
no,
play
no, no.
Skyrim.
Yeah. Average person on the street. I could list you about 10 people in my village that I know very well who only play Call of Duty, FIFA, and what's the other one? Fucking GTA, and that's it. They wouldn't even consider dabbling in an Elder Scrolls game. So I genuinely think that Elder Scrolls is made up majority of a community of people who actually give a shit and go back to like Morrowind, Oblivion, and Skyrim. I don't think
No,
anyone is going to.
That's not where
move into
60
it.
million copies comes from, Nicole. That's just not how it works.
I disagree,
I don't
Nicole.
know.
That's not
I
60 million.
I do not think that your average console gamer is going to be buying Elder Scrolls or a new console just for Elder Scrolls, especially if your friends list is already set up. You have some random stranger in like fucking Georgia who you like to play with every day, who is on your PlayStation. You know, like we forget about that as well. You've built your community of people you play with in the ecosystem that you're in. So one of the reasons I stayed with Xbox was because my entire ecosystem existed within Xbox. All my friends were on Xbox. Now a lot of them made the jump to PlayStation. I didn't have the choice. My dad bought me an Xbox because I'm a Halo girl through and through. And
I'm a Halo guy through and through, and
I know.
PlayStation.
And but I almost wish my dad had bought me a PlayStation at the time, but like I didn't know what to do. I was hoping that if I stuck with Xbox, I would get rewarded down the line. And all I've done has been punished every single time.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Go ahead. I'll stop.
Everybody a question. This is directed at everybody.
Yeah.
Because again, the philosophy, it depends on what your philosophy is, right? The question is, do you think there is any chance whatsoever in any reality that Xbox can become competitive with PlayStation again through its console?
No, not at all. I've been thinking this for the last 5 years. The new Series X is great. They are never going to be able to compete with PlayStation because they lost so badly. And to quote Phil Spencer, just going back to the digital thing just for a second, he said that the most important console generation war they needed to win was when digital media was becoming the norm. And they lost that so badly in 2013. And since then, they've been playing catch up. And they have never caught up. I want to remind you guys, it's been 13 years since E3 destroyed the Xbox brand. I went to school and I got bullied at school for being the Xbox girl. Everyone came up to me and were like, oh, did you see what happened on E3? And I genuinely got made... I got made fucking fun of. And by the way, guys, most of my friends in that generation left Xbox and went to PlayStation. Can I just say that is probably the most depressed I've ever been, that group of years there, where all my friends jumped ship and I didn't have a choice.
But here's the thing, right? When I jumped from 360 to Xbox One, the one thing that really got to me was how fucking slow it felt. right?
Oh, it was
Xbox
yeah.
One was fucking slow. Now, when I jumped over PS4, fast, responsive, etc. These little things matter in the long run. We can obviously talk about exclusives all day because exclusives do sell. Like Halo was a big exclusive seller, a big Xbox seller, the same way that something like God of War was for PlayStation. You know, that they were kind of they're the game that you go to that specific system for. And whilst I do think that there is a lot of ill will towards them because of how much they fuck up. And if you think about it, Sony is a big, massive corporation the same way that Microsoft is. The thing is, at the end of the day, they just want one thing, and that is your money. That's the one thing. And I think ultimately, whichever way you lean, PlayStation, Xbox, whatever, it's just about what your personal preference is. Like, I will always come back to Xbox for Halo. I'll always come back to Xbox for Gears. But I will always go to PlayStation for something like Spider-Man or for Uncharted. You know?
And my
Yeah.
follow-up, just
And
to add on
Ashen's
to your
gone.
thing, is that while Ashen's away,
He's just had enough of us. He's just disappeared.
I heard a dog barking.
Sick of the
I will say that
conversation.
like you guys know I'm a single player whore. I love a good single player story. So PlayStation is my jam. Just based on that, you should, like I should be a Sony girl. It just makes sense. But I got locked into the Xbox ecosystem so fucking hard that I'm stuck. I'm honestly I'm angry. Guys, I have over 1,200 games on my Xbox. I'm stuck,
Well,
and only
here's the thing,
400 of
though.
those are Game Pass.
Here's the
They're
thing,
not
though.
going to
You
go
will,
anywhere, though.
yeah, you will
I
always
care
have
about-
those games on
No,
your
I
Xbox
can't.
because you can always just keep the Xbox. I
I
think.
can't jump. I can't do
I
it.
think we're maybe.
It's also
past
my
the point-
achievements, guys. It's my achievements.
Well, I think we're
I
maybe
have
past the
230,000
point
games
of
score.
individual games being system sellers. And I think
Yeah.
it's, as you say, it's about those little things like responsiveness. Xbox tends to do much better on the accessibility front than PlayStation does, which is a big selling for a lot of people in the
Schools
console they're picking.
and hospitals tend to use
Yeah.
Xbox consoles for people who
yes,
have some
absolutely.
form of a disability, which is
Yeah.
really wonderful. It's one of the reasons why I do like
Yeah, it's one of
Microsoft because they're
the-
doing that.
It's one of the great things about Xbox is that
Hey, it's
it and the dog too. But yeah, it's one of those good things about Microsoft that they do uniquely that other consoles don't is they've got a lot of adaptability for the controllers and everything like that. So
Accessibility.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I think there have been some murmurings that the next Xbox is going to have a lot more cross functionality with PC, including the potential to function similarly to how the Steam Deck does, where you can play your Steam games on a console. And I think that potentially is where I see Xbox managing to swing the tide in their favor. If alongside having all of your old Xbox games, you also have access to everything on Steam and the Epic Store as well. In a world where everything is digital, having that access to huge libraries and varying different genres and doing immense sales that Steam has, I think that is a massive potential selling point for a future Xbox. But I think ultimately we're
I got 2
potentially past the point.
Go ahead, Sam.
I got 2 things I want to bring up. First is a question, right? So, when I've been playing Black Ops 2 and Gears of War, it's kind of unlocked something in me a little bit. It's kind of brought me back to the good old days, right? Xbox 360 Live was amazing, You could just hop on after school with the boys. You could just play a couple of rounds of Halo.
That was a
switch over
paid for
gears.
service as well. PlayStation 3 was free. That was their way to try and compete. I just want to remind everyone of that.
Wow, thanks Wikipedia. But when I played those games again, it unlocked something in me, and it was a sense of, I don't know. It might be a little bit cringy, but it's kind of a sense of like coming home a little bit.
Oh.
Because it
Nostalgia.
unlocks like a lot of memories. Yeah, and that's what I want to bring up, because nostalgia is beautiful. Like nostalgia can bring you back to better times. It can bring you back to simpler times, and you can think of all the memories in the world, and you can just look back on fondly. Like I sometimes hop on like Halo Reach and just look through all the old maps that me and my friends used to make, and it's great. It's fun.
Yeah, no, I don't.
But
I don't. It's dangerous.
It's fucking dangerous though.
That's why I don't do it.
I want to ask, do you think that people are blinded by what Xbox used to be, that they can't look to see what Xbox can be?
So
I think it's the opposite.
Yeah, what I want to say is that I've always been open to Xbox, so I've always been open, but I'm just really mad at them.
We get it. You like Xbox.
No, I'm mad at them. I hate them so much right now. Ashton,
you're the Xbox
go.
woman. I understand.
Ashton, go.
I'm more positive on Xbox right now in this podcast than anybody else. Like,
Yeah.
I think it's the opposite. I think people have forgotten what Xbox used to be and it's been so long of just like failure. And when you're in failure for so long, it's impossible to ever see how it could get better. It's always bad all the time. There's no possible way that anything can ever get better. And then if you play your cards right, it does. Right? It
I have a follow-up when
right? Like, I do not believe. I remember Nicole said no. Ben and Sam, I don't remember because I had to fucking T-Mobile.
We didn't give answers.
Fucking internet. What do y'all think there is any possible reality where Xbox can compete with PlayStation again on console?
I'd like them to. I'd like them to.
Same.
Yes or no? Like, is it yes or no?
Yes.
Is it possible?
Yeah. Yes. I think
Even if it's 1%, yeah.
Well, the thing is, they're already doing the right things, right? They're already going in the right direction. Yeah, layoffs, Ninja Theory, whatever. Push that to the side.
Yo, that's my Cambridge office.
Shit like that happens. I'm sorry to say, but it does. Studios get closed down all the time.
It.
Like it's. I know they don't deserve it, but neither did Ensemble Studios with Halo Wars. But they're good. They're gone now, so who cares? Neither did Tango Gameworks, but it's happened. All right.
They're back. It's fine. They got saved.
But my point being, putting all that bad news aside. Think about what's happened recently. That Xbox presentation was brilliant. It was phenomenal, right? There was a lot of highlights in that.
Absolutely.
Yes, there were a few things in there which you probably could have done without, or there are a few things in there which I'm a little bit like, okay, how will
ending
this
with Call of
actually
Duty?
play?
Let's advertise games that we're not going to publish because we're going to close down the studio. It's very smart.
Yeah, exactly. Didn't they do that because they were like trying to pitch to investors?
Yeah, it's the dumbest thing. It's such a piss take.
In the week
okay, hold on.
between
This is a different.
Okay,
I want to follow up. Ben, is yours yes or no?
Mine was a yes. If, as I was saying when you came back, if they shift
There's
their
like a
focus
small
to
chance.
digital.
Yeah, there is. Yeah. Think of
So
what's happened recently
can I
with the showcase. It's great.
separate
It's a
the
hugely
showcase
uphill
thing?
battle.
Can we talk about that for a second? Because why is this 2 years in a row, right? I'm not wrong, right? 2 years in a row that Xbox has a banger fucking showcase, and then a week later they're like, "Yeah, sorry guys, it's layoff time."
It's
Like, why are we
because they
doing
end
that?
Everything with Call of Duty.
Why are we
Call of
doing
Duty
that?
has a curse.
I don't
Isn't
because
it that
I don't
their
understand.
their
Like
fiscal year
whoever
wraps
at
up
these.
around this time.
Well, they need to fucking figure that out because that's a terrible. Move the fucking showcase later than in the summer because this timing always makes Xbox look fucking incompetent and so goddamn stupid because they always show off these cool ass fucking games and Xbox is riding high and then a week later it's like, there it goes. Whoever's making the decision to put the showcase or the layoff news where they are needs to fucking get fired and somebody else move it because this is ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
I need to do just a little thing. I just want to say that showcases, I feel like your average Joe is not going to be watching a fucking showcase. So the people who are actually discovering cool new games is people like us who actually give a shit. And
investors.
Yeah,
Literally investors.
I do want to follow up with something that we didn't say earlier in terms of Xbox versus PlayStation exclusivity and buying a console for exclusivity. I just want to remind you that also a huge thing that people seem to have forgotten here that I just remembered in this moment is that we've had several new generations of kids coming up and buying their first consoles, and I have witnessed so many people because their parents, because their sibling, because the people they know at school are on those consoles. I had to fight a family on whether they should buy a PlayStation or an Xbox. And about 5 years ago, they were like, we don't want to spend loads of money on a console. I was like, then go for Xbox, but chances are at some point you're going to jump ship to PlayStation. If you want to save the money now, go Xbox because of Game Pass, but in the future, you're going to jump. And the kids were like, why did you do this to us? All our friends are on PlayStation. And I was like, because I wanted you to open your minds to all the different kind of games you could get on Xbox with Game Pass and this kinds of thing.
I think that's different though.
Can I just say something?
I don't know. I think that it's so
because kids really
community.
they play different than adults.
Don't underestimate them. And they.
No, I know, but the proliferation of Roblox and Fortnite and Among Us and that style is I think younger people are more inclined to basically spend 99% of their gaming time on those things than playing the single player stuff. And that's a whole nother like part of the game industry that's kind of like not talked about as much, but it's also kind of concerning of like, as those kids grow up, what kind of games are they playing? And like, that's kind of a concern, but that's like a separate conversation.
That the last 13 years that Sony has been winning the console war, because they have, what do you think parents are doing? People who are having kids, those kids are growing up. They're growing up during the 2013 era Don Mattrick and going into the next console generations. What do you think they will buy in their fucking kids? They're going to buy them fucking PlayStations, you know? It's like, it's not only, it's a generational thing as well. If I have a kid, that kid's gonna get a fucking PlayStation because I know better now. But, you know, like 13 years ago, if I was an adult and I was having a kid, I'd be like, here's your Xbox, kid, just before the Don Mattrick stuff, not after. So I just want to remind you.
Can I say something real quick, right?
Please.
No.
I want to talk about Game Pass real quick, right?
I love Game Pass.
It's actually directed at you, actually.
Oh, no. So as the Xbox person.
You've literally said just then that you wanted to open up her horizons because Game Pass is also on there as well. There's a lot more opportunities. However, about 45 minutes ago, you said, I hate subscription models.
Yes, I thought you might bring that up. Yes, so I don't like
what level of
so you're a hypocrite.
Please, I'm allowed to be hypocritical of my.
And you're also the Xbox girly, but don't think Xbox can ever compete against.
I know.
So
I can't.
Maybe I'm the Xbox boy.
I'm in an abusive relationship with my Xbox. That's why I defend them so much. You know, that's my abusive boyfriend.
I'm defending
that's my abusive boyfriend, and I defend them one day, and then I'm mad at them the next. Okay, leave me alone. Although abuse is really terrible, and if you're watching this and you're going through some shit, please seek help. You're not alone.
Wow, what a PSA.
I care about that shit. You know, it's hard being a woman, or a man who's going through that, but it happens mostly to women. Anyway, please cut that out. Please cut that out. So yeah, I know there's hypocrisy there. The thing is with Game Pass. So as a consumer of video games, I have loved the way that Game Pass has worked for me because I am such a consumer. When it comes to, my problem is that with the way that television and film at the moment is being done is I have like 7 streaming services now that are all trying to get my money. And the way that they do television and film now, and especially television, is if it doesn't make big bucks immediately, boom, cancelled. You know, with video games, the industry is quite different. And the way that Phil Spencer and Xbox's mission before was working was they were trying to let studios make their weird, wacky, independent games while making their bigger games. There's some weird shit that came out of like Bethesda. I can't remember what the game was now, but it had like the old like medieval era style art style for its game, and it was a really fucking weird ass game that I forgot. Was it like Pentiment or something? It was really weird and fun, and so I loved the creativity. It was Obsidian, yes. Oh, but they're under the umbrella of Xbox, yeah. So, and they did Fallout, didn't they? They did Fallout New Vegas. So, the thing with Xbox and Game Pass is that it was allowing people to get weird, do their creativity, and basically almost be like Steam, where your independent publishers are going to go in, make the weird ass game, and then just put it out. But this was being spearheaded by Phil Spencer, who was encouraging the creation of unique games. I loved what Game Pass was and what Game Pass was doing. And as a consumer who spends hundreds of hours, thousands of hours a year playing video games, Game Pass works great for me because I'm utilizing it to the point of like succeeding and like in saving money. While a lot of other people, Game Pass wouldn't work for them over a long period of time because they don't play as many games as I do. And I think that the way that TV has done it is like abusive. The way streaming services do TV is abusive. I think that in video games, it's worked out for me. But I don't like it in the way that it has made everything so digital that we no longer have physical media. And that's where I don't like it. Like why I hate streaming services or subscription services like that.
I don't think that is anything to do with streaming.
If it's going to save them money and that's what they want and their kids are going to play loads of games, then I'm like, Game Pass is going to work.
I have $1 billion company. How dare we?
I have a lot of thoughts about Game Pass. And honestly, I don't think Game Pass has had anything to do with the push for going towards digital and like physical releases. I think that's mostly just across the board greed of publishers, seeing that they can save on production costs without changing the price and vastly increase their profits. However, while Game Pass is a net benefit for those indie devs, I think it is a net negative, not only for bigger developers and Xbox as a whole, but also just wider gaming.
It's why Call of Duty isn't on there anymore. Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously, massive games like Call of Duty just increase the price because they've got to make it cover the costs. Obviously, Game Pass, the indie devs get their upfront fee to put the game on Game Pass, a couple of $100,000, something like that. That, for the most part, covers the development and probably more money than those indie games will actually ever make.
Oh, go ahead. I'll let you finish.
Sorry, I was just going to say that that's great for the indie devs, but it directly hurts the sales of bigger game developers. So, for example, I think it was Doom Eternal. It was either Doom Eternal or Doom the Old World, whatever the medieval one was, where
Dark Ages.
Dark Ages, that was it. Where it sold like nothing on Xbox because it was on Game Pass day one, and it would have made far more money for both Xbox and Bethesda if it had actually released as a physical sale. It had something like 3 or 4 million sales on PlayStation, and the equivalent people that had downloaded it for free on Xbox on Game Pass, and that was something like $100 million of sales that they missed out on because of that deal, and that has a hugely detrimental impact on those bigger games. But it looks good for Microsoft in terms of them being able to say we got millions of people to get a game on Game Pass. So I think it just.
But how do you make money on Game Pass? Can you?
They don't really let us see. We know that they
don't know a lot about.
We know that they give a lot of they give big, as Ben said, they give like big packages of funding to these projects.
They pay up front to fund a project that will then go on Game Pass, and then that's all you make. That's all you make from Game Pass is that upfront amount of money. So, like I say,
you get money from subscribers and everything as well, and people
so the devs make.
It's Netflix, you know. It's like
that's the thing. I don't necessarily hate like the Game Pass way of doing things in terms of like that. I just don't like the fact that subscription services has become such a norm. You know, like across every industry. It's
I think
not
we're
just,
seeing is like Game Pass. Again, it clearly we don't know a lot about the numbers and how they actually hash out in like real detail. But it seems clear that it doesn't work, because if it did, then we probably wouldn't be in this kind of position anymore.
Yeah. If Game Pass was cheaper and purely indie titles, it would be
maybe. But I don't know if you'll get a lot of people subscribing in that case. That's the problem.
But then
the indie titles, it's not going to work.
It'd be cheaper,
but like
it'd be a lot cheaper.
This is the thing.
A lot more easy to stomach.
Nicole said something that I think was kind of part of the problem, which was Phil, I think, had a very hands-off approach to, like, he just kind of let the studios
let them be creative.
Like, let them be creative and stuff like that. And unfortunately, I think that was also part of the problem, because like
potentially,
you have to have there needs to be gaming. I love it as an art form. It is my favorite art form of all time. I see every single video game as a piece of art, whether it's good or bad. It doesn't matter. It's a piece of art, right? Even Madden is fucking a piece of art. It's an art that I don't like. You know what I mean?
Retribution is
it's a piece of shit art, but it's art. But the problem is,
looking back at that in 20 years,
it is not just an art. It is at the same time a fucking business. Yeah. And you have to make money, because art goes away when you don't buy it. That's just the world we live in, right?
Yeah.
And I think
the same thing with films
Phil.
And TV.
I think
100%.
Phil did too much of let his hands off a little too much, because why are we making Oblivion remastered over Fallout when the Fallout TV show was at its peak? Why wasn't that like the first thing that was coming out? Why was season 2 of the show coming out and there was not a New Vegas remaster ready?
Well, they just put it all.
What is going on?
76.
Well,
that's something. I know that's wrong. He needed to go in and be like, "Hey, Bethesda,
and that's
fucking
the issue.
stop.
that
let's go do this, and then do that with everywhere else, because
I think
you
that's the
need
issue
to like
that Xbox
you need
has
to
at the
get
moment.
shit. You need to get shit done. You need to get stuff that will sell, and there needs to be a blend between art and the business side. I think PlayStation in the PS4 era did that perfectly, right? Nobody can sit there and say God of War 2016 is not a piece of fucking art. It is a beautiful fucking game, but
Well,
it
if you ask
also
2018? Wasn't it 2018?
fuck Twitter.
2018.
Whatever it was. I can't 2018, 2018. If you look at that game, that game wasn't made solely just to make money, but it did appeal to a lot of fucking people. And I think that was a deliberate decision, because they didn't just let
Art
that
speaks
God of
for
War game
itself.
be whatever they wanted it to be. It was a game that appealed to a wide mass audience, but also was something that the creators wanted to make. And you find that blend, and then you create something special. And I feel like Phil kind of went a little bit too far and let them go a little bit too creative, which hampered and made things not as appealing to the average person. And they needed to get back on track a little bit.
Yeah, and I think a big part of Xbox's issue at the moment is that it's very reactive as opposed to being proactive. And because they have to react to stuff, that's why they weren't able to do anything for Fallout, despite it having 2 very successful seasons. There wasn't that proactive thought of, we're putting a lot of money into this TV show. But that was reactive.
Which is money.
They didn't think about it beforehand. That's the point. They didn't go.
They didn't have the foresight.
Yeah, they didn't go. Amazon's putting a lot of money into this TV show. We should at least get something out alongside it to capitalize on getting the brand name out there.
You know how many copies of Fallout 3 Remastered would have sold after season 2?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Everyone I know was jumping onto Fallout 4 as a way to fill the void between
Fallout
season 1 and 2 of
76 gained like 1 million players after the first season.
Yeah.
Like it popped
and
off.
then they added
they did nothing
the
with
ghoul to during season 2. They added the ghoul, and you had to pay to be able to like have that bit, I think, or something. I don't know. So yeah,
it's ridiculous. I think that's probably, of all the, even though I think Xbox is there is a chance that they can compete again, and it's going to take time, and it's going to take like regaining gamers' trust and regaining a player base doesn't happen overnight. You're going to have to work towards it. You're going to have to take a few losses and then over time build that up. It's not going to happen overnight, even though it seems like an impossible thing to do right now. I think it could happen. The only thing that I could say, and I'll give to someone like Nicole, is I think Xbox, and especially Microsoft over above them, is so like Ben said, reactionary. I think the risk that Xbox has right now is Microsoft coming in and saying, hey, I know it's only been 6 months, but you've got to figure something out to make money, even though the only chance that they have is to do a long-term play.
That's what they've been doing for years.
That's
what I'm saying. So that's the big, they have to give Xbox the chance to breathe. And if they don't, then there's no chance.
They've been breathing for 13 years, Ashton. This is my point.
I'm giving the alternate reality where it is given the chance to breathe. And
they've already told Xbox that they have to shift that 3% profit margin that Phil Spencer had up to a 30% profit margin. And that's why we've seen so many of these layoffs and studio closures and sales and the potential rumors that Xbox itself is going to get
if they come for Arcane, which they already apparently are, like, I'm going to fucking lose my shit. They already fucked it by sticking their fingers in the pies of Arcane and going, make Redfall, make a game that's nothing like what you guys make. Let's just fuck it all up.
Anything that's not profitable.
Yeah, like they literally they bought like Bethesda's like parent company, and Arcane is under the Bethesda umbrella, and then they fucked it. So look, the bottom line is, guys, I will say I do love Xbox. That's the problem, is that I'm upset because they keep betraying me. And every time they start doing well, and like Phil Spencer had a bunch of wins in there where I really like had an amazing time being an Xbox person. I saved so much goddamn money that like that's the savings from not having to buy full price games has gone into me being able to hopefully soon afford a house, avoid living here and affording a house. But the bottom line is, guys, is that Xbox has been playing catch up for 13 years. If this was any other console, if they didn't have Microsoft constantly throwing money at them for them to keep climbing up out of the shit that they're in, they would have closed down years ago. You know, after the Don Mattrick E3 stuff, they would have shut down probably in the next few years. I don't even think we would have gotten a Series X era. I think the only reason we did is because Microsoft has so much goddamn money, thank God for me, that like I've been able to keep my fucking like, you know, all my shit. But like I am now getting to the point where I'm really concerned that Xbox is finally gonna die, because why is Microsoft keeping them? You know, like they've got a console, they've got a thing that is barely making them any goddamn money. It just doesn't make sense. It's like Xbox, all they do every year is put more money into a console that has been dying for 13 years. At some point, they're gonna pull the plug. The only reason they probably haven't is because they know how lucrative a business it is. And probably the one thing that is currently keeping them from completely binning off Xbox entirely is how much money Call of Duty makes them every single year at the moment. Absolutely. I think that's the only thing. Absolutely. And that's pretty much me.
And I think that's a good note to maybe move on to some minigames.
I want to say one last thing, because what's going to happen is there's only two realities, right? Is in, let's say, 5 to 10 years, Xbox is either still around or they're not. Those are the two realities, right? Yeah. And in that, Xbox not being around anymore kind of is what it is. Xbox being around can take two forms. It's either they still are making boxes or they're not, right? I think that the decisions they're making right now indicate that they want to keep a box. So in 5 to 10 years time, we're going to find out. And I think Project Helix is another conversation, because I don't think that's going to look anything like how Phil Spencer imagined it. I think they're going to blow that shit up. But I think if Xbox is ever going to have a chance to be competitive with PlayStation again, we will see it within the next 10 years, and it will be because of exclusives. And if it fails, it fails. And we're going to find out if I'm right. I'm going to be the optimistic person and put my bet that Xbox is going to commit to the box, is going to keep the exclusives, that I'm right, that people will go over there for Elder Scrolls 6 and Fallout, and that it's going to be around in 10 years, and we're going to be looking back and saying, wow, what a crazy time. Because what anybody who saw the Wii U and saw how disastrous that was for Nintendo have said, oh yeah, in 5 years, a new console will come out for Nintendo, and it's going to be the highest selling thing ever. Like, nobody would have said that, right? Nintendo was going to survive, because I don't think they were in as bad a spot as Xbox is now. But nobody was looking at the Wii U, having foresight, and saying, you know what, their next console is going to be like the best-selling console ever. Nobody was thinking that, but it ended up happening. And anything can happen in this industry. Things change, the economy changes, the world changes, things can get better. And I think if it does, I'm going to put my bet on Xbox, if for no other reason than because we need them. We need Xbox, because PlayStation cannot be allowed to be the monopoly on the console space. We can't. And if I'm wrong, I'll see you in 10 years and you can laugh at me.
I want them. I want you to be right, and I want Xbox to succeed. But after 13 years of hardship, I'm really tired of constantly defending them.
I want Xbox to stay around. I think it's needed in the industry.
Yeah.
And we'll see. There's rumors that Project Helix is too far gone for them to close, and so it's going to be getting some kind of announcement or news later in the year, because they've got a massive investment in that they need to try and make a bit of money from. So we'll see. Maybe this can be a discussion for another episode. Sam, any final thoughts from you? Or
well, let's have the same conversation in 5 years to see if anything's changed.
All right, I'll pop it in our calendars.
It won't. Okay. Unless they want to, buy all the exclusives off.
I'm just gonna say, if I'm fucking right, and Xbox,
I'll buy you like a pie and like a bunch
owe me a fucking lot, okay?
I'll buy you a pie. I'll buy you an I'm sorry you were right pie.
Because I'm the only one here.
I want to say. So sorry. Just to quickly, Ashton. I want.
I'm gonna go get some more water while you're doing that.
Okay. I just want you to know that you haven't known me for the last 20 years that I've been 23 years I've been an Xbox girly. Okay, you didn't see me in 2013 believing in the comeback. You didn't see me every single year and the last few generations arguing with people going, no, Xbox has the potential. They've managed to scrape in and take the win before. They can do it again. You know, it doesn't need to be a war, but it needs to be competitive. We can do it. We can do it. And I'm not going to lie, guys, in the last, like, since I've had to start fighting this war since 2012, I've been arguing the Xbox is going to be okay. This is the first time where I've sat there and gone, nah, we're cooked.
Well, I think most people agree with you. And
I'm sad.
I
I don't want to be right.
Most people see what's happening right now, and I mean, I see it too. I don't think my odds are very high. I think I'm definitely in the like. If I was in Vegas and I was betting on this, I'm taking a bad bet, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like, it's just a matter of do you give up on Xbox, and has Xbox given up on Xbox? And I just really need, for consumer sake, for our sake as gamers, for Xbox to not lose. And so I'm in their corner. And at the end of the day, again, things can be bad for a really long time and things can get better. It happens.
Yeah.
Like, it's not impossible. Things aren't always bad and always will be bad and never will get better. Things get better. So I'm just hoping that Xbox can make the right decisions and that things will get better.
Yeah. Well,
I
just feel
like it's too late.
That. Absolutely.
Really? Well, with Microsoft's money backing them, they're okay for now.
Well, yeah, until they decide to, you know.
Yeah.
Because we also didn't talk about the fucking AI thing, which is like part of the problem. Xbox is like, oh, all of our components are too fucking expensive. We can't make an affordable Xbox. Well, I wonder who's partly to blame for that. Fucking Microsoft
well, you know
with their AI data centers.
You know what? We're not going to go into a whole thing about it, but you know what? I'm just going to say I think we can all collectively agree on this. Fuck AI. There we go.
Fuck AI.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck AI.
Yeah.
That's
I
just
was
the reality.
hoping-
It can get better.
I was hoping AI would see the way of like NFTs. Remember when NFTs came in for a minute and then
For
it
like
quickly
5
disappeared?
minutes,
Yeah.
Remember when EA was like, we're going to put that in all of our games? Shadow of Mordor, NFTs.
Fuck me. What I will say is that my boyfriend and I were talking in the car the other day, and he was complaining about how EA is like the worst, and I was like, actually, EA's gotten better. EA's gotten better. I'd say there are other companies that are like the worst. Ever since Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor,
Hotbox in here.
I feel like EA has like gotten a lot better. With
They
with
still
the way
do
they
stuff,
do things.
though. They're just
Yeah,
not
all the
every
fucking
single day.
corporations do stuff, don't they? This is the problem. They're all
Shit.
frustrating.
Okay.
The pigeon are right outside.
No. Okay. I've made us some mini games to play today.
Yay!
So I've done as
They're Xbox related.
I've tried to theme a little bit around Xbox where I can, just to so we can stay on
Maybe I'll win.
on theme a little bit. So you are all going to be playing against each other for these. So first off, we're going to be playing bad video game reviews. Okay. So
Ooh, okay.
I have trawled through Metacritic. I've been looking at some of the most critically acclaimed popular releases on the site. And I've gone through the user reviews and I've picked out some from the bottom that I found quite amusing. I'm going to read them out to you, and you need to try and tell me which game you think it is for.
Do we all get a go, or is it like first come, first serve?
First come, first serve.
Fuck.
There's 10.
I want a buzzer. I want to be like.
10, 10. We should work out some way of doing buzzers. You can say buzz to buzz in. So there's 10.
Put your hands up like that.
Yeah. Whatever you guys want to do, I'm happy with. Scream and shout, put your hands up, whatever it is. Okay. So, as I say, I've tried to pick Xbox games where I can, just to try and keep it on theme a little bit. But there are some non-Xbox games in here as well. So your first game.
Okay.
Are you ready? Absolutely.
I'm guessing the game, right?
You're guessing the game based on the bad
From
review.
the bad reviews. There's a negative review about the game. We've got to figure out what it is. Yeah.
So, absolutely no developer should take inspiration from this game's design. Not Rockstar, not Ubisoft, nobody. This is awful, and I rarely say that because I'm not one of those losers who hates everything, but anyone who actually thinks that no quest log at all and no markers on map is somehow revolutionary and good game design can go to hell. Not to even mention awful graphics, unfairly balanced bosses, and bad performance. Ashton.
Elden Ring.
It is Elden Ring.
Let's go!
Damn it! Damn it! Do you know why I didn't think that? Because they added some form of marker later, and I went, how recent? Fuck, idiot. Yeah. Nice. Okay. I was gonna say, if we fail, do we get another go around, or is that your turn done? If you fail to guess on your first.
If you fail to guess on your first attempt, if you have another go before someone else, it's free game.
Free game. All right. Shit. Should have gone for Elden Ring. You fuck. Okay.
Okay.
It had to be me. It had to be.
Yeah. Well, I'm an Elden Ring whore too, so.
Okay. Your next game. We really live in a world where a round-based game, a hard focus on sexuality and nudity and romance, can win Game of the Year. People are lonely and buying this game for the nudity in it. Nicole.
Baldur's Gate 3?
It is Baldur's Gate 3.
Hey!
So the rest of the review...
I didn't understand the first fucking word you said, bro.
Sam, did you know?
No.
So I'll read the full review out for you, because I found this one particularly amusing.
Yeah.
We really live in a world where a round-based game... A hard focus on sexuality and nudity and romance can win Game of the Year. People are lonely and buying this game for the nudity in it. This should be a different category because this is not Game of the Year worthy. The start of the game was no tutorial, no story, and just dropped me in there and said, go on, play. The map was bad, got lost many times, my character died when stepped on an ember, and the overall gore is useless. A bad cringe romance simulator. Play games with a meaning.
This person is objectively wrong, but can I just say, when you said round-based, why did my first thought think, oh, you play as a ball. You're gonna be a ball and you're bouncing around. Like Pac-Man?
I sat there and I was like, round, I realized he meant turn-based, like when the guy wrote it. Yeah. He doesn't even know what a turn-based game is, idiot. All right.
Okay.
How do you get lost in Baldur's Gate 3? It's a set map. It's just, it is what it is.
Yeah, I know. This is I told you I tried to pick out entertaining ones. I'm keeping score. I'm doing my job and I'm tracking stuff. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Okay. Your next game. Most overrated game of our lifetime. Yes, the story is unique, but doesn't get entertaining until Act 3. The OST is pretty well done. The graphics are UE5.
Expedition 33.
I put my hand up to say Expedition 33. I put my hand up to say that.
She did.
Yeah, but he wasn't looking.
I wasn't
well, that's not my fault. I put my hand up. Was it Expedition 33?
It was Expedition 33.
Thank you. Like, as soon as he said OS, like I already thought third act. I'm like, well, in acts, you know.
Well, because I want to be able to, I want to be able to answer while he's still doing the question, but he's not looking at us. So.
Okay.
I'm trying to glance back to you to keep an eye on you. Yeah, say buzz.
Okay.
Sorry, you were defeated on that one, Nicole. The combat is an.
Well, no, I don't count. Doesn't count as defeating. I should. No.
Yes.
No. Sam, I put my hand up first.
Oh, don't
yeah, but I said it.
No,
I gamed the system.
I literally went like this and waited my turn. I was waiting for Ben to finish, and then I was gonna, Ben, that's not fair because I was literally.
Sam,
I was one who told everyone to play the game.
Ben, she's gonna cry.
I will, honestly, I'm gonna fucking kill everyone.
All right.
Okay.
Fine. Sorry.
Damn right.
Yeah. Why don't you just give it no points?
Finish off the review.
No points.
I'm not losing the points on the one. Look at this.
But you didn't.
No points. No points. No one's getting a point for that one.
Why don't you just give it to me so that we're all on equal footing?
Hey!
I'm having the point for myself.
How are we doing this? How are we doing this now?
Right, going forward, say something.
Our hands up.
Yeah.
You fuck.
It's okay, Nicole. You can have the pity point, and I'll still beat you. It's fine.
I know. That's why I need it.
All right. Okay. You're giving her the pity point. She can have the pity point. So to finish off the review, the combat is an in-between of snooze fest and annoying. To top it all off, they used Gen AI in production that made its way into launch. Doesn't matter it being a placeholder, it still launches with Gen AI. Overall, extremely disappointing, especially going into it expecting it to be better than Elden Ring.
Buzz.
Damn.
That was just the same.
Sam knows it. That's the same one.
Okay.
I thought that was the next one. Is that?
No, that was finishing off.
He read the full review, man. He read the full review.
Okay. Never mind. I'm not with it today. It's the heat. That's what it is.
Your next game. Completely overhyped and overrated. Gamers were basically told that they are supposed to like this game, and many never bothered to question that. Read the summary on this game and then ask someone who likes blank why they do. 9 times out of 10, their answer will sound like they were reading the summary, almost like rehearsed lines. Clunky gameplay, darkness instead of graphics, overuse of a cover system to the point of boredom, very short game for what was the top dollar release, cliche everything, and nothing new enough to balance just how tired...
Buzz?
Nicole was first.
What?
I'm gonna guess. I don't know. I don't think I have it right. I didn't listen to also the last part Ben said. Gears of War.
It was Gears of War.
The cover system is what gave it away. There's a big focus.
It's that British internet, man. Y'all are closer together. I was too slow.
Well,
I definitely said it before Nicole.
I put my hand up first earlier,
but
you know.
No,
Yeah.
I heard Nicole first.
Wait, your
I
fucking
did both, bitch.
There's no turn. My turn is first.
Okay, your next game.
It's okay. I was gonna get it wrong anyway. I was gonna say Resident Evil 4.
Your next game. A headache-inducing mess. There's so much repetitive garbage, it isn't really fun to enjoy.
Buzz!
That's it. Yeah.
Go on.
I have a follow-up.
Hellblade.
Nope.
Hellblade.
Not Hellblade.
Damn!
Okay.
The story aspects of the game are quite good, and I find it intriguing, but unfortunately, such are few and far between. The majority of the game will have you walking through identical copy-paste hallways and killing identical aliens with no real rhyme or reason.
Buzz.
Sam.
Is this Halo CE?
It is Halo CE.
As soon as he said identical and Sam said Buzz, I was like, fuck you. Very good, very good.
Do you want the rest of the review?
Finish a review. Finish a
The
review.
gunplay
Yeah.
is actually quite good and can be fun for the first few
Yeah.
minutes, but after hours of killing identical monsters with few in between, it leaves the game feeling more like a shooting simulator with some small interesting story elements peppered in between. I found the second Halo game good at addressing this issue and adding more interesting story and removing a lot of the repetitive gunplay that gets dry really fast. Overall, it doesn't hold a candle to the second entry in the season.
No.
What a cunt.
Very, very good. Yeah. No, I mean, look, we have the nostalgia goggles. I will say that Halo 1 is basically just like the movie Tenet, right? It's like you do the 10 and then you do the net. You know, you go forward and then you go backwards. You've never seen Tenet?
What the hell are you talking about?
Tenet is a palindrome. The film is a palindrome by Christopher Nolan.
I know what Tenet is. Yeah, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, Halo 1 is essentially you go forwards and then about the halfway point you start going backwards on yourself, replaying the same levels just in reverse. Am I wrong? Not all of them, but like
Quiet
so
your
much
mouth.
of
Quiet
it.
your mouth. Ben, move on.
Okay,
Sounded like what I'm
with
saying. Sounded like what I'm saying.
that,
I agree,
Your next
I agree,
game.
I agree.
Thank you.
your next game, fingers on buzzers. You just simply can't sell two halved games in one pretending to be the same thing. The first 5 hours are really good survival horror. The other 5 are very mediocre action.
Buzz.
Sam.
Fuck.
Requiem.
It is Resident Evil Requiem.
Very good. Sam's catching up.
The first 5 hours are really good
Yeah,
survival
get
horror.
good, Ashton.
The other 5 are very good mediocre action, outclassed by any good shooter since early 2000.
Oh, shut
Hot.
the fuck up, whoever wrote that.
Wow, that is a spicy take.
Score
I
update?
know, right?
That's a spicy take.
Score update. It is
Score update. Yeah, what we
1
got?
point to Ashton, 2 points to Sam, 3 points to Nicole.
Technically 2 at a pity point, but we'll allow it.
Look, we could have handed Ashton a pity point for him being like, I buzzed in before Nicole. Bitch, you didn't.
I was gonna get it wrong anyway.
Buy over points separately. Okay, we've got 1, 2, 3.
Got 4 more left, right?
4 more left, yes.
Do we have a lightning round if things go wrong?
Actually, we can't let her win. We can't let her win, man.
I didn't think that far
Guys,
ahead.
I'm
I
the
thought one of you
Xbox
would
girl.
win.
Take pity
No,
on
you're
me.
not.
My
I'm the
world is falling
Xbox guy this
apart.
episode.
All of these
No,
are
you
the
lost that.
Xbox.
No, you lost that title this episode, Nicole. It's me. I'm the Xbox person now.
Ashton's the Xbox girl, okay?
Graded.
Yeah, I'm the Xbox girl. That's right.
He's evolved his
right.
Pokemon.
I'm about
Alright.
to paint my room green. Watch out.
Hey,
Okay,
join me.
are we ready for your next game?
Yeah.
Yes.
I like Remake way more. Remake made this game actually feel alive and mean something. This one feels extremely outdated and not interesting. Sure, Sam.
Remake. Resident Evil 4
It's
remake.
not Resident Evil 4
It's
remake.
not Resident
Yeah, is
Evil
it?
4 Remake.
Fair enough.
Turn-based combat made original extremely slow
Buzz.
and boring. Ashton.
Final Fantasy 7.
It is Final Fantasy 7.
I had to get that one.
That
I was
actually
almost
good.
gonna do it.
Yeah.
I was really close to doing it because nobody calls any other remake game just remake. Like that's a very
right.
unique
I
thing.
was wondering. I was like, "There's
I
no
was
game."
But I
wondering
wasn't
if that was-
100% yet. I had to hear that turn based to
Yeah.
like.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was wondering, Characters feel lifeless in original, but in remake it's complete opposite. In remake, combat is amazing, characters actually feel real, etc. Would I have liked it in 1997? Well, no, because then I would have played it in 1997. Instead, in 1997, I played true classics like the Resident Evil, but 2020 remake of FF7 actually made me interested in the series.
Yeah, no, this person's just wrong.
I fucking hate it when reviewers do that, where they just compare. Obviously, I know it was remake. It's different, you know. But like the
different game, man.
The one with Halo CE, for example, they're talking about Halo 2 when they're comparing Halo CE to Halo.
Yeah.
2.
You're right. It's unfair.
Some
but
of these
unfortunately,
reviews
it's gonna
are
happen.
retroactive.
It needs to stand on its own.
Yeah,
I agree.
I agree.
Like how we feel about Atomfall, guys. We're Atomfall people because it should stand on its own. Stop comparing it to Fallout.
Absolutely. Okay, so the scores 2 apiece for Sam and Ashton, still 3 to Nicole. See if either of you
Finish in
can
33.
draw the lead. So,
Throwing up, we gotta do
your next game. Wildly overrated and overpriced at the time. Turd blank. Characters set a new bar for ugly. Massive open world with massive cities, but no one is around.
Buzz.
Content. Ashton.
Oblivion.
It is Oblivion.
Let's go!
Content that scales to you. Content that scales to you so you can never get ahead or behind, which also means nothing makes sense in terms of what you find where. Character classes are wide open, i.e. nothing means anything, join every guild, have every ability, but I don't know why you would play that long. Oh, also incredibly buggy.
Yes. But I mean, this person doesn't like it, and clearly Nicole doesn't either because she was shitting on Skyrim for that. But like like fucking 60 million people like it, so who cares?
Yeah, I like it. I just don't like the fact that I can join every single faction and like it's like, oh, whatever. You can just do
60 million
every
people
job.
like it, so.
You can be the chosen one in every single
60
fucking
million
guild.
people say
Sure.
otherwise.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's for RP, you know, RP.
Sam, you're behind these two on 3 points. It's your chance
I
to
can't
catch
handle the
up.
trivia pressure. Ashton's gonna win. So.
Okay. Your next game. This game have a playstyle that make you moving around a comet, which is making me dizzy when playing this game. Sam.
I'm Buzz
Mario
after.
Galaxy.
It is Mario Galaxy.
Ooh, I wasn't
Very
gonna
good.
guess
Very
that.
good.
Which makes me dizzy when playing this game. My nephew see it too. The problem is the game is very boring from the beginning to the time I quit playing. They use the same characters, stories, gameplay all over again, especially story. It's very tedious, gameplay very poor. Never saw any good Nintendo games. One of the worst game I ever played.
Okay, but this is the tiebreaker, guys.
This is the
Well,
tiebreaker.
Who the fuck?
This is Metacritic user reviews.
Name and shame. Name and shame.
This was a user called.
Whoever wrote the fucking.
This was a user called Famicom 9X.
Famicom
I want-
9X. Go
I want
yourself.
some like independent
Loser.
weird shit to be like, you know, reviewed. Okay, that's not the only way I'm gonna get it. I
So-
I
Yeah,
don't
independent
play
weird
all these
shit,
games.
Hollow Knight.
Your tiebreaker. This is why I picked 10. So your
Hollow Knight.
tiebreaker.
Hollow Knight.
Whoever gets this
Okay.
gets the win. Okay. I honestly loved the first one and couldn't. Go on, Sam.
Yeah, Sam, go ahead.
Right to hell retribution. Let's go.
Let's go! The first one, yeah.
It's the right to hell retribution, Ben.
I'd fucking laugh if it
Is
was.
it what? Sorry.
Ride to Hell Retribution.
No, it's not Right to Hell Retribution.
Okay, do it again.
For a second, I thought you had said it, and no. I honestly loved the first one and couldn't wait for blank, but I could barely get past the tutorial without it turning it off. I then completed chapter 1 and moved on, and I can honestly say it doesn't
Buzz.
get any better. Ashton.
Red Dead Redemption 2.
It is Red Dead Redemption 2.
I was trying to figure out
Yes,
what
let's go.
that was like a clue.
My
As
boy.
soon as
Let's
Ben was
go.
like, I thought Sam had said it. I was like, it's something that sounds like Right to Hell Retribution. And then I was like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, that helped a lot.
Yeah.
The R, I knew I was
Yeah.
looking
Yeah,
for
Ben,
an
you
R.
accidentally
Yeah.
gave Sam. Then sorry,
I
Ashton
thought.
to him, you piece of shit.
Well, you should have known your games better.
Yeah, get
it's-
fucked.
Hey, look,
It
I don't
stays
like
the same
Rockstar, so-
pace from walking, talking. Horse riding is god awful. I'm sorry, but I don't like games where I'm mashing the A button for 10 minutes straight just to get to my quest. Then, when you're at the quest, you have to ride 10 minutes more. I just want to shoot people and move on to the next mission. Oh, and the sheep herding
Oh my
mission?
God, you
Really?
brainless
I
fucking
almost shot all
drone.
my sheep before herding them to town just to make it more fun. Okay, well,
We should like have a whole episode of just these
yeah.
things and then yelling
This
at
is
people on why they're
I
wrong.
always think this is really fun. doing those. So yeah,
So
there we go.
Ashton won.
Ashton, you
Congrats,
won the first mini game.
And in 10 years, I'm gonna win by being right about Xbox.
You said 5
From
last
our-
time.
from
You
our
extended your
full
timeline
episode.
to try and buy yourself time out of desperation.
Yeah, I did.
You just
I
the
said
kid's gonna
5 to
get
10. I said
Okay.
5 to 10. Okay, I gave it a range.
All right. Well done, Ashton.
So
Hooray.
I've got one more game for you. You can potentially
All right.
bring it back in this next mini game, and it's slightly different.
Okay.
So for this mini
this
game, it's called Actually. So
Fuck!
I prepared
No.
I prepared some statements about some video games, but in each statement there are 5 incorrect things that I've put in there. You need to tell me what the mistakes are. But
Dave?
yes, well, I've done a few. We
Sorry,
don't have to
what?
go through all of them on time. So, in order to correctly answer, I do want you to respond in a specific way. Once you notice that I've made a mistake, correct me by saying, actually, and then give me
Yeah.
what is incorrect. Okay?
So wait, you've done 5 mistakes in one thing for one thing?
Mm-hmm.
You maniac. I love it.
Yeah. So you'll get a point for each mistake, and whether one person catches all the mistakes or you catch a mistake each, just interrupt me with actually to get your answer in there. So
I'm bad at this game. I
To
love
give you an
watching people play
example-
it. I'm bad.
to give you an example, if I said World of Warcraft is a popular MMO first released in 2005 by developer Blizzard Entertainment, you would interrupt me and say, actually, World of Warcraft was released in 2004, not 2005. Okay.
Actually, it's an MMORPG, not just an MMO.
I feel like I need
It-
glasses.
I do hope
It's-
that there
yeah.
are some in there that's technically, but not actually a mistake.
Yeah. It's like
So-
when Matthew Mercer plays the Actually game, and then he
Yeah.
finds some that even the creator of the thing.
Yeah, and they're
missed.
like,
and I'm just
oh,
like, great.
actually, you're right about that. Yeah. Well, that's where I got my
Extra
inspiration for
points to
this
Matthew
from.
Mercer.
So,
Nice.
Beautiful.
I'm going to start you off with an easy one. This is a statement about Halo. Okay?
Oh fuck.
First
Fuck you, Sam.
appearing in the iconic 2000 first-person shooter Halo Combat Evolved.
I'm
Master
actually-
Chief,
I said it first. Combat Evolved came out in 2001, not 2000.
correct. Halo Combat Evolved came out in 2001 and not 2000. Point to Nicole. So, first appearing in the iconic 2001 first-person shooter, Halo Combat Evolved, Master Chief Petty Officer John Spartan, more commonly known as Master Chief, is the main...
Actually,
Yeah,
his official title, there is no Spartan.
is what, sorry?
There's no Spartan in his official title. He's Master Chief John Petty Officer 117.
Yeah.
That is correct.
I'll
in
second
there.
that. I'll
Yeah.
second that.
That I
John
was looking
Spartan.
specifically...
Thought we,
John
I
Halo.
was
thought we didn't notice.
I was
we
looking
did.
for specifically for you to say that his name was John 117, which is why I
Yeah.
asked for clarification there. Yep, that is correct. That's a point to you, Sam. More commonly known as Master Chief, is the main protagonist of the Halo trilogy and Guardian trilogy. During the franchise's height, highly anticipated
Actually-
competitors. Yeah,
It's called the Reclaimer trilogy.
it is called the Reclaimer trilogy.
Well
that is
done.
correct.
I forgot
That
it
is
was
a
called
second
that.
point
Well
there
done.
for you, Sam. Well
I'm tapped
done.
out.
Sam,
I'm
Sam.
tapped out.
That was
double,
hot.
actually, it's actually supposed to be the Reclaimer saga.
That is correct. In my answer,
What a fucking
it
nerd,
was
man.
But it's the
originally
Halo saga in general.
it was originally the Reclaimer trilogy, and when Infinite released, they rebranded it to the Reclaimer saga. So I would have accepted either,
Double points.
but you're going to get 1 point
Okay.
for that.
Oh,
During the franchise's height, highly anticipated competitors often took on the mantle of Halo harmers as they attempted to compete with or
actually-
defame-
They were
Ashton.
Halo killers.
Correct.
Hey, I got something.
That is correct. They were Halo killers, not
To be
Halo
really
harmers.
explicit before somebody else got it.
My brain
What is
like
a Halo
short
armor?
circuited. I was
It's like
what the
it's
fuck
like if
is
someone
that?
just pokes it. It's like,
Yeah.
bonus
Well
points
done.
if you can
Hey,
give us an example.
I've got one right here.
Hey!
Here. It's up there.
Yeah. Well done. That is a point for you, Ashton. It was Halo killers and not Halo harmers. And they would
Yeah.
be titled that as they attempted to compete or dethrone Halo as the king of first-person shooters. And the franchise would then go on to sell over 20 million copies across all of its entries.
Actually,
yeah,
it was
yeah.
100 million.
No.
Damn.
Actually,
act-
it was 50 million.
No.
Seems too low.
Okay, hold on. You said 20.
20
you say 20 million.
across the whole
20
franchise?
million. Actually, wasn't 20 million. I don't know specific to like Halo 3
I
or
want
some
a
shit.
specific number. You're on the right ballpark
Fuck.
of what is wrong.
Actually, 80 million.
It was 80 million.
Whoa!
That's
It was
That's
actually
crazy.
with
That-
80 million.
80.12376
Suck my ass! The Halo documentary was worth it that I watched the other day.
It took you a couple of
actually,
attempts,
fuck off.
but you got there. Okay, yeah, so
Yeah.
that was the
was a
quote-unquote easy one.
Holy shit.
I've got a
Okay.
couple more for you. So we'll just move straight on to the next one, which is about our favourite game, Atomfall.
What the fuck? How am I supposed to get this? What the fuck?
Such a disadvantage.
How am I supposed to win
You
this?
should have played it.
I've specifically tried to go for not too deep cuts with the information in these. So
Whatever.
Surface
Whatever.
level, surface
Just do
level.
it. I lost.
No,
Just go.
because
Fair.
activate
Just
the
go.
English.
Everyone shut up
You
and
can
let
do
Ben
this.
talk. Let Ben talk.
you can do
Go.
this. First-person alternative history game Atomfall, developed by Rebellion Developments, whose sister company Rebellion
actually-
Publishing.
It's Rebellion Entertainment.
Yes, damn it.
Nope, it is Rebellion Developments.
Oh,
Whose sister company
Is it?
It is Rebellion Developments. Whose sister company Rebellion Publishing publishes the weekly
Well, I'm
Judge
out.
Dredd comics.
I'm actually.
It's set. Yeah.
Wait. Are you sorry? Did you say what was the company you said? You said Rebellion thing versus who publisher what?
Yes. So Atomfall was developed by Rebellion Developments, whose sister company
Yeah.
Rebellion Publishing publishes the weekly
Yeah.
Judge Dredd comics, and is
Okay,
set in the
so-
Lake District during the
Hold on, so
1950s.
She's thinking. She's thinking.
I'm
She's
actually.
thinking.
Okay.
Go on.
I don't know who it is. I don't remember who it is, but I think that Rebellion Publishing isn't the publisher.
Give it. What's the fill in the blank, man?
I'm trying to find the blank in my mind.
I'll save you trouble finding the blank because that
say your
is
goddamn
incorrect.
name. Say
No.
your name.
You'll save me what?
I'll save you
actually,
thinking because that's not correct.
actually,
It
Wait,
is
I'm not
Rebellion
lying.
Publishing.
actually, it's
Actually.
Rebellion Entertainment.
No,
Incorrect.
I said that.
You already said that.
No, but you said that for the y'all said that for development,
Yeah.
not for the publisher.
And I'm
I was hoping
saying
the
for the
publisher
publisher.
was-
You're wrong on
Yeah.
both. Rebellion Publishing publishes
actually-
weekly
I'm
Judge
actually-
Dredd
I'm
comics.
I'm actually
Go Sam, you go first.
505 games. I don't know.
Nope. I'll move on. You come back. We'll come back later if you still think there's a mistake there. Rebellion Publishing publishes weekly Judge Dredd comics and is set in the Lake
actually-
District.
Yeah, that's what I'm actually on. Yeah.
It's Spawn.
Nope. And is set in the Lake District during the late 1950s, following the real-life Windscale fire, the third worst nuclear disaster in the UK. In the game,
Oh,
the
no,
power
I'm
plant-
actually. It was the #1 nuclear disaster.
That
in
is
the UK.
correct. It was the worst nuclear disaster
Thank
in the
you.
UK, not the third. In the game, the power plant was constructed to cover up the site of a crashed UFO, dubbed Oberon, and the player, a trapped reporter, must navigate the abandoned interchange facility.
I'm actually. You said trapped. The player's a trapped reporter. We don't know what the player is. You're just there.
That is correct. You aren't a trapped reporter, you are an amnesiac.
Yeah.
And must abandon the
Could have been a
and
trapped
must
reporter.
navigate the abandoned interchange facility in order to escape the quarantine zone. I will tell you, you have missed 3 mistakes there.
Yeah. I
Oh
bet.
my god. Do it again.
You
Do
don't-
it again
you
with
don't
our
say.
corrections.
Yeah, from the
but,
top,
Like,
from
the Okay.
From the top.
With your corrections. First-person alternative history game Atomfall, developed by Rebellion Developments, whose sister company Rebellion Publishing publishes weekly Judge Dredd comics, is set in the Lake District.
Actually.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. It's not. I mean, they're a publisher, right? So they publish novels in general, not just the Judge Dredd comics, right? Like they don't do that. They do other things.
I'd like
With, like,
a bit
fantasy
more
novels and stuff?
specificity than that, please.
I see you, I see you.
They publish like hold on, so they publish things like I think Jacqueline Carey's Shields Darts. Is that the option?
That's not what I'm looking
on
for.
my shelf right now.
That's
Fuck!
not what I'm looking for. Ashton, you actually next.
Actually,
I publish
they're
novels.
monthly comics, not weekly.
Nope.
Damn.
Sam, do you want to take a shot?
Oh!
Actually, fuck, I don't know.
Why'd you do it if you don't have an answer?
Fuck you, Judge Dredd comics.
I
I'm
go after Ashton. I go after Ashton.
I'm gonna pass. We'll pass.
All right,
I'm actually.
Ashton.
It's RoboCop comics.
Nope.
Damn it.
Really focus on this comic.
I'll carry. Nicole, do you want to have
Okay,
another
I
shot,
have
and then I'll move on?
So my actually is they do publish things because Shields Dart is right there, and I'll pull that book out right
Yeah.
now and show you that they publish that.
The fact that they
Google
publish
it.
things is not what's incorrect about the
Yeah.
statement.
But the Judge Dredd thing, is it yearly?
No.
That would be insane if it was one comic a year. Holy shit.
Well, it takes time.
I'll
Okay,
read the.
actually, is it monthly?
We've
I
said
already
that one
said that!
already. I'll,
you say it? Fuck.
I will read through the statement again. If you don't get it, I will tell you what the incorrect answers are, and we will move
Stupid.
on.
We're stupid. Yeah, give up in a second. If we don't
It's
know.
set in the
That's
Lake
fast.
District during the late 1950s, following the real-life Windscale
Well,
fire.
I'm
The worst-
actually. You said the Lake District. Oh fuck! Is it the Lake? Where is the Lake District?
It is the Lake
It is the Lake
District.
District. Never mind. Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah.
In the
I just remember
game,
where it is.
yeah.
I'm actually. Oh, maybe the date's wrong. What did you
Fucking say it.
The late
Say it.
1950s,
What'd you
I
say,
said.
Ben? It makes sense. You suspicious motherfucker.
What, sorry?
60s
Yeah.
instead of 50s.
I'm
It
actually
is
the 60s.
The 1960s.
Hey!
Well done, Sam!
Oh, okay.
You got
Good
it.
job. Good job.
Okay.
In the game, the
Wow.
power plant was constructed to cover up the site of a crashed UFO. Judge
Actually-
Oberon.
Actually,
Nicole?
did the power plant already exist and it just happened
Nope.
to crash there?
Nope.
Fuck!
Actually,
Yep,
it's not a spaceship, it's a meteorite.
correct.
Oh, you're right! You're right!
Oh!
It is a
That seems like
meteorite.
a layup. Hold on. I've never played the game, so I wouldn't fucking know. But that sounds like an
Yeah.
obvious difference.
Well, the thing is, it's like almost like an alien entity takes over. So my brain just went, yeah, sure, it's
Like it
yeah, it
gets
is.
in the
It's an
ground and
asteroid.
starts infecting people.
Yeah. It turns
I'll
everyone
tell
into
you-
zombies.
It's still not a UFO.
I will tell you the early
I don't-
mistake that you were missing, which was Rebellion publishes the weekly Action 2000 AD comic, which features Judge Dredd, but is not a Judge Dredd comic.
Dude, no of us were ever getting that.
I thought it was a
great.
fun
Medium,
fact,
by
which
the
is
way. He's
why
probably
I...
got another tier.
I love it,
Dude,
Ben.
fucking Action 2000. What?
What points are we on? What
2000
points are we
AD.
on?
So, in this round, Sam is on 1, 2, 3, 4. Sam is on 4. Oh, I did this writing way too small.
Size 5 font.
Brother.
Okay, Sam
30.
and Nicole are both on 4. Ashton, you are on 1.
I'm doing great, guys.
Your
It was
next
Halo
statement,
into Adamfall. What the fuck do you want me to
fair,
do?
Your
fair,
next
fair,
statement-
fair,
Yes.
Give me Final
is-
Fantasy
Play
VII
more
right
games.
now.
your
Kingdom
next
Hearts
statement
right now.
is about the Xbox 360.
Man, suck my ass, bro.
Hell yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
Ashton, the one after is Fallout,
you?
so maybe you can pull it back then.
Oh,
Yeah,
So-
we won't make it that far.
Yeah.
We'll lose before then.
So,
Let's go.
launched worldwide between March and May of 2005, the Xbox 360 is the 10th best-selling video game console of all time.
Actually,
Yes, Sam?
something about that date seems wrong, so I'm gonna say it's between. When did you say March to where? Sorry, March to May.
March and May 2005.
I'm gonna say between September and November.
No.
I'm actually,
Fair enough.
Yep. Ashton?
it was August
Yeah.
to October 2005.
Nope.
Oh, sorry. What's it? So start again, Ben. Just start again with that.
Launched worldwide between
Okay.
March and May 2005. The Xbox 360 is the 10th best-selling world.
Actually,
Yep.
actually, didn't it? You say worldwide, right? Is it? Do I get like a actually for saying that like it didn't launch in certain countries?
It's not what I'm looking for, but I'll take pity on you, and if you can
I
give me a
don't think it
little
launched
bit
in
more
like Japan.
specific.
It didn't launch in Japan at the time, I believe. It came later. Is one of the locations, I believe.
It did come later in some regions, but the majority of major releases were within the time frame that I am quoting. So I will give you that. I'll take pity on because I did worry I made these too hard. And it
Okay.
looks
Wait,
like
so
I
what the
might
fuck's
have.
the answer?
So what's the answer?
Read the beginning from the beginning with that one.
I will
correct
give
thing.
you the answer for this one.
Okay.
The Xbox 360 actually launched worldwide between November and December of 2005. But I'll give you extra points because it did release in additional remaining regions throughout all of 2006.
Yeah, because I remember the initial release didn't hit.
Yeah, the major regions, so Europe, US, like Australia, places like that,
Yeah.
it was between November and December 2005.
I don't feel comfortable taking a whole point for that. I'll happily take
Well,
like some
tough.
pity point
You're
five
having a
on
point
that.
for that.
Because the incorrect thing was the date, not the worldwide, which is what Nicole said it was.
But I knew that it didn't release worldwide technically, because it's like when people go, I'm going on a world
that's what was
tour,
on there.
and the world tour is the United States and some of Europe. You know,
That's not what the statement was.
I had it in my notes as a potential. I would give a point for it, so it's fine.
Interesting.
okay, fine, I'll allow it. Thank you.
Best-selling video game console by an American company, and was the best-selling console of the 7th generation. The 360 got off to a rough
Fuck!
I'm actually.
Ashton,
Shit, who was the
It was
first?
not the best-selling console of the generation. That was
that
the
is
Wii.
correct.
Or PS3.
It was,
I don't know which one.
It was
count.
the Wii.
Yeah.
It was the Xbox 360
Better
was the
console.
third best-selling of the generation, behind the Wii and the PlayStation
What?
3.
PS3 beat it.
It did indeed.
Yeah,
The
eventually
Wii-
by the end it did. Yeah.
The Wii sold 101 million units, the PS3 sold 87 million units, and the Xbox 360 sold 83 million units. So
It
it
just
was
had a
close in the
head
end,
start.
but yeah.
What are you doing? I thought you sold more.
That's what I mean.
I have another actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not the 10th best-selling console of all time. It is the 7th.
It is the best. It is the 10th best selling
Damn. Okay.
of all time. The 360 got off to a rough start, with production only starting 69 days before the release, leading up to the console quickly selling out. Despite this, and later units being prone to the red ring of death, the 360 initially dominated the gaming scene. Yeah. Ashton?
It was not later units that were plagued. It was the first units that were plagued.
Damn, yeah, you're right.
That is correct. It
Yeah.
was early units that were plagued with the red ring of death.
Yeah.
Come on, Xbox people, what are we doing?
360
Come on, you guys. I didn't even have one of these.
The language, my brain, it just short circuits, because Ben said later, and I'm like, yeah, it did plague it later, not realizing that Ben had said later later
units.
versions of it. So
Yeah.
Fellas,
Idiot.
you know what
Xbox
I'm hearing
Elite,
right now?
man.
You know what I'm
Xbox-
hearing
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now, fellas? I'm hearing excuses from Nicole. That's what I'm hearing.
hey, look,
Yeah,
I'm just explaining why
I
I'm
think
stupid.
she's still winning.
I'm stupid. Nah. Go.
For now. The 360 initially dominated the gaming scene with its wide range of exclusives, including former PlayStation exclusives such as Grand Theft Auto and Final Fantasy, securing its place in gaming history until
Actually?
support.
Actually,
Nicole?
I said I'm actually first. I don't think I'm correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think Final Fantasy was part of the exclusive range during that era. I don't think it was part of the Xbox library during that era. I might
It
be
was
wrong.
part of the Xbox library during that era.
All right.
Securing its place in gaming
Didn't think it
history
was.
until support was officially discontinued in 2016, and it received its final physical game release
actually?
in late 2019. Nicole?
I'm actually. You said the Xbox 360 stopped receiving support in 2016.
Yeah.
I believe that was a lot later. I don't remember when it was. I'm going to go with 2022.
Nope, that's not what I'm looking
I'm
for.
actually
Sam?
2023.
Nope.
Actually.
Ashton?
Ashton said it.
So I'm gonna say
You said 2024.
that its last game release was 2014.
That's not correct.
Game release and support due to index. Actually 2024.
Yeah, I know. There's 2 different dates there.
There's 2 different
Yeah.
dates there.
Is
That
that
is
Ben?
in the
Say that
statement.
again.
So, securing its place in gaming history until support was officially discontinued in 2016, and it received its final physical game release in late 2019.
Actually,
Nicole?
I believe
It's you first.
I believe that they were still doing double releases during the Series X era. They were just about to discontinue. No, sorry, Xbox One. They were going to discontinue them going into the Xbox One.
Give a date.
Finalizing. So I'm going to go with 20.
You're stalling.
Pick a date.
15.
Nope. Sam?
Damn.
Hey, 2014.
Nope.
Already said that.
No,
I'm
that's not-
actually.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Those
Yep.
dates are reversed.
Nope.
Damn, I thought I was being clever.
So did I. Actually, 2020.
Nope.
That's way too late,
I
right?
think we're looking
I
at
thought
this
it was
wrong.
crazy. Yeah, we are looking at this wrong.
Okay, Ben, I have a question.
Yes.
Are we looking at this wrong?
How many do we still have that we haven't picked up on?
He hasn't even finished, has he?
I have finished. You have 2 that you have missed.
2. Okay.
Can you
Right.
go over it again with the ones
Yeah.
that we've answered correctly?
Yes.
Yeah.
Launched worldwide between November and December 2005, the Xbox 360 is the 10th best-selling video game console of all time, best-selling video game console by an American company, and was the 3rd best-selling console of the 7th generation. The Xbox 360 got off to a rough start, with production only starting 69 days before release. leading to the
Actually-
console... Ashton?
It was 100 days before release.
Nope. Release leading to the console quickly selling out. Despite this and earlier units being prone to Red Ring
actually-
of Death. Nicole?
The 360 didn't sell out.
Nope.
Definitely.
The 360 initially dominated the gaming scene with its wide range of exclusives, including former PlayStation exclusives such as Grand Theft Auto and Final Fantasy, securing its place in gaming history. Nicole?
Actually, those weren't exclusives. GTA and Final Fantasy wouldn't have been exclusives.
Correct. Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, I thought
They
she already got that
came-
point earlier when she said Final Fantasy.
No, they came to Xbox in this generation, but they were not Xbox
They were not
exclusives.
exclusives.
Or PlayStation exclusives.
Yeah.
Nicole.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Well,
Yeah,
okay, hold on.
They
Hold
were-
on. Because
He said they're Xbox exclusives. They're not. That's the wording. He
They
used the
came to
word Xbox
Xbox,
exclusives.
But they
So they
weren't,
weren't
Xbox
exclusive to
exclusives.
Xbox. That's where he's fucking with us. He's trying to trick
no,
us.
I was trying to think of like the Final Fantasy games on PlayStation 2 and
Mhm.
like if any of them made it to like the GameCube or something. In which case they wouldn't be PlayStation exclusive either. But I can't. I don't think.
I couldn't be bothered to verify every single game. This was the information I found.
Or GTA. I don't know. I feel like GTA probably. Nah, maybe not on GameCube. I don't know.
Okay.
Securing its place in gaming history until support was officially discontinued in 2016, and it received its final physical game release in late 2019.
Actually,
Yeah, Ashton.
its final game release was in 2015.
Nope.
Nicole already said
That's what I said.
Ah, shit.
I'm actually,
I'm actually.
Okay,
oh, Sam
one
said
more
that's-
guess each, otherwise we'll be here forever.
Okay.
Sam.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, that's a good point.
Okay.
Okay. When did you say it was discontinued? Support was discontinued in.
I said it was discontinued in 2016.
16, right. I'm trying to figure out what you mean by support discontinued. Like Xbox Live shut down.
They
Is that what
stopped
we're
providing
talking about?
updates, stopped providing support.
Yeah, it was still getting updates quite late, as far as I remember.
2018.
I said that.
No.
Can I have a redo?
No.
Fuck.
Ben, can you know what? I'm not gonna ask you to say it again. Actually, it wasn't late.
2016. It was early 2016. Something pedantic.
Nope.
I was
give us
gonna
the
say
answer, man.
yeah, whatever.
The last
2019. I'm gonna kill it.
physical game release on the Xbox 360 was Just Dance 2019, which released in October of 2018.
Oh, come on!
You said
You picked the wrong date,
support.
man. You picked the wrong date.
You said
The wrong
support.
one to,
Fine.
actually, yeah.
It's fine. Carry on. Carry on.
Okay,
I'm done.
Carry on.
that's it for
Yeah.
Xbox.
I'm out of here.
I had one more for Fallout, but given that we're running a little late, I'm thinking maybe we finish there. They were maybe a little bit harder than I anticipated.
But poor Ashton, he needs the Fallout.
I know. I just got
Ashton-
fucking fish shoved up my asshole.
I
know
said
what?
I
I'm just gonna
was
live with it.
I said I was
wait.
theming around Xbox for the topic.
I'm happy to do Fallout if we just let Ashton just do all the answers for it.
Okay.
Just give Ashton first
if we
dibs on every single
run
one.
down
fucking pity.
Fallout,
Really quickly.
okay,
Really
we'll go through it quickly.
Just talk
Are you
fast, Ben.
Are you ready, Ashton? No pressure.
Got this shit, man.
Go.
Launched in 1995 by Interplay Developments. Fallout...
Actually 1996, bitch.
Wrong. Fallout is one of the most influential role-playing franchises.
Actually 1998, bitch.
No. Expanding into a multi-billion-dollar juggernaut under Bethesda Studios and eventually spawning.
I'm
a
actually
critically-
multi-million-dollar bitch.
No.
You missed a year.
I know, man.
No.
You've jumped.
Bethesda
It's fine, we're just
Studios
continuing.
and eventually spawning a critically acclaimed live-action television adaptation in 2023. The franchise initially
Actually 2025, bitch.
You're in.
No.
What is happening?
2024, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, you didn't say
Oh,
actually.
25 was last.
But
Yeah,
yes,
yeah, yeah.
it was
Holy shit,
2024.
man. Holy shit.
You're not
Why
getting a
don't they
point for that,
Fallout
Nicole, because you didn't
season
say
two
It has to
actually.
keep going. We're not getting points. Like, I've
The
already
Fran-
won. I want to see if Ashton can pull this.
Nicole, you ruined it. I
The
could have done 24.
franchise-
24.
My God.
The franchise initially faced an uncertain future in the early 2000s when Interplay's financial collapse forced the cancellation of the original Fallout 3 project, codenamed Van Housen, leading to Bethesda purchasing
Actually,
the...
it's called Van Buren.
Correct. It is Van Buren.
Oh,
got that one.
I like that.
Purchasing the intellectual
Let's go,
property...
Ashton, let's go.
leading to Bethesda purchasing the intellectual property rights in 2005, despite polarizing purists by shifting the series to a traditional isometric turn-based perspective to a first-person action RPG style, and later receiving severe backlash over the multiplayer-focused launch of Fallout 76. The franchise dominated the gaming scene through massive releases like Fallout 3, New Vegas, and Fallout 4. You've
Okay.
missed 3 mistakes there.
So 3 more
16
mistakes.
times the detail.
So the year at the beginning is 94.
Nope.
No.
What the fuck? Is the year correct?
Nope.
No, it's not. You
90
you started at
99.
1 year and then you jumped. You missed a year and then you
I
went
know.
for another year.
And I will say I've been doubly sneaky there because there is a double mistake in that opening sentence.
Okay, hit me the beginning sentence.
Launched in 1995 by Interplay Developments, Fallout is one of the most influential role-playing franchises,
see.
expanding into
Okay.
a multi-billion-dollar juggernaut under Bethesda Studios.
Okay, it wasn't Interplay Developments. It was Interplay Games.
Nope.
Interplay Interactive.
Nope.
Interplay Studios. Interplay.
My guy, you've made 2 videos on this franchise for fuck's sake.
I
Come on.
know! It's been a long time, okay? It is Interplay, but it's not developments.
Do Mass Effect next
Um,
time. Oh, oh,
I said
Mark, I'm
so you
dying.
said 94. I said 95. I said 96. And you said they were wrong.
Yeah.
93?
Nope.
Oh my god, man. Oh my
I said 97?
You are
It is
triggering me.
1997.
Oh, okay. So
You said 1996. You jumped to 1998. You missed that whole year.
yeah, I know, because I thought different. Fallout 2 was
I'm
1998.
dying.
felt
This
wrong
is-
as
I'm
well.
having so
Shut
much
the
fun.
fuck up.
Can
You don't
you-
know. You looked it up.
Can you
Yeah,
figure
I
out
don't
the
know.
other incorrect thing about the developer there?
It was. Hold on. Oh, it was Black Isle Studios.
Nope.
Well, that's who developed it. It was Black Isle.
Blackout Studios did 2, didn't they?
But they're the same people.
Are they? Oh, okay.
It was
Interplay Productions.
It was Interplay Productions.
Okay.
There we go. Well, he
Okay.
got there.
Oh.
He got
There
there.
are 2 more mistakes to get.
Oh, I thought there was just one.
Fucking done.
Should we wrap it up?
Let's wrap it up.
Hit me with it one more time. One more
Okay.
sentence. See
Do
if
it.
I can hit the
I
2.
want him to get it.
Launched in 1997 by Interplay Productions, Fallout is one of the most influential role-playing franchises, expanding into a multi-billion-dollar juggernaut under Bethesda Studios, and eventually spawning a critically acclaimed live-action television adaptation in 2024. The franchise initially faced an uncertain future in the early 2000s when Interplay's financial collapse forced the cancellation of the original Fallout 3 project, codenamed Van Buren, leading to Bethesda purchasing the intellectual property rights in 2005. And I won't read the rest because there's no mistake there.
Oh, so
Makes
it's
your life a
2.
bit
in
easier.
this.
There's 2 in this.
Okay, so obviously the year's probably wrong. 2005. I think it's probably too early. I think it's probably 2007.
Was
I think I know
2007.
one, but I don't know if Ben. Well done. I don't know if Ben would be a big enough cunt to do this because it's such a little change that makes him a bellend. And if he would do this, I want to slap him for doing the stash. And if I think he did what he did, hey Ben, wait Ben, can I call it out? Can I call it out?
Yeah.
Can I call it out? Can you please repeat the part where you say Bethesda?
Was it Bethesda
Expanding
Game
into a
Studios?
Yes, it is.
multi-billion-dollar juggernaut under Bethesda Studios.
Bethesda
And it's
Game
Bethesda Game
Studios?
Studios.
Wow, you.
No.
Is that the answer?
Is it
Well,
Bethesda Softworks?
well,
Is that what
no,
you're
no, no.
Bethesda
They are
Softworks.
Yeah, it's Softworks.
Yeah.
It's Softworks. Yeah.
It's technically Bethesda Game Studios now, but I didn't know what it was back then. But you pedantic
Bethesda
motherfucker, I love it.
That's how I was going to get you. That's the name of the game. To make you actually.
Yeah, very good. Very
Okay.
good, very good. So did I win that? And then Ashton brought it up at the end with the
I
Fallout?
did not redeem
He
myself.
did not get enough to beat you. So
Okay.
in the second game, it ended with Sam and Ashton join on 4, but Nicole, you did win with 5 points there. So congratulations to you.
That was close. That's
was
made me
close.
uncomfortable. GG. Fuck me. Well done, everyone.
Well done.
Damn.
That was a lot of
Wow.
fun.
So I will say, actually, Black Isle Studios was the developer who is a subsidiary of Interplay Productions, who is the publisher.
Oh.
I did say launched in by, not developed by.
Oh. Ben, I'm actually him back.
Actually, I said launched by and not developed by.
Yeah,
I'm gonna launch you into the fucking sun.
Well, too far. Come on.
Oh, that's too far? Okay, I'm sorry.
Come on. Come on.
I tell people who write bad reviews about Mario Galaxy to kill themselves, but I can't launch Ben into the sun.
Come on, he's on the same wavelength. We're both talking about death here.
And
We're
to
talking
be
about
fair,
death here.
it would have been correct.
No,
either
you can
way,
survive that.
because
if
they
you're,
were
if you're
also
Kryptonian, you're fine.
credited as developers on the game.
Superpowered.
That's 'cause
So-
we're anyway.
Yes. So let's call it there. Thank you very much, guys. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed those mini games, and I'll look forward to bringing them back again. If you
Long
equally
one this
enjoyed
time.
them, it was a bit of a long
It
one,
is a long one.
and it's
But you
now
know what?
time for
We
me
had
to go and
to
be a normie
spend
and
a lot
watch
of
the
time
football.
to shit talk Xbox, you know?
Absolutely.
Definitely.
So,
Achievement Hunter.
mugs.
Let's go.
There we go.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye bye.